이런 태생 233 몬스터들도 소환사 여러분들의 사랑을 많이 받았고 많이 쓰였거든요. 이런 좀 예전에 뭐 불해라운드가 뭐 아레나에서 쓰인다거나 예전보다 지금은 좀 많이 그런 관계가 좀 없어지지 않았나 그런 거에서 좀 아쉬움이 있었고, 그래서 어떻게 하면 이런 태생 233 몬스터들과 지금 소환사 여러분들이 애착을 가질 수 있을까에 대해서 고민을 많이 했었고, 그러려면 좀 애들이 좀 더 멋있어지고 좀 유용해지면 태생 233 몬스터를 좀 더 사랑해 주지 않을까 라는 생각에서 2차 각성을 기획하게 되었습니다.
2차 각성을 작업할 때 뭐 스토리나 컨셉 이런 것도 중요하지만 일단 비주얼적으로 봤을 때 이건 유저들이 이건 각성해야 돼 이런 느낌이 들 수 있게 작업을 하려고 굉장히 노력을 했고요. 형상 변환 같은 경우에는 이전에 보지 못했던 어떤 신박한 컨셉이나 재치 있는 어떤 새로운 컨셉을 입혀서 이렇게 캐릭터를 매력적으로 만들었다면 2차 각성에서는 그 캐릭터가 원래 가지고 있었던 유저들이 매력적으로 느꼈던 그런 부분들을 더 부각시켜서 더 아름다운 캐릭터, 더 세 보이는 캐릭터를 만들려고 노력했습니다. 페어리한테 약간 자연적이고 마법적인 어떤 영험한 느낌을 주고 싶었어요. 그래서 꽃잎 날개와 꽃이 엮어진 듯한 느낌의 마법진을 이렇게 같이 붙여줬거든요. 그래서 상냥한 숲의 주인 같은 이미지로 완성하게 되었습니다. 페어리 말고도 픽시, 이누가미, 워베어가 더 강해지고 멋있어진 모습으로 소환사님들을 기다리고 있으니까요. 많은 기대 부탁드립니다.
우연히 사무실을 돌아다니던 중에 2차 각성이 된 이누가미 작업물을 보게 되었고, 그 이누가미를 보자마자 멋있다. 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 이 이누가미로 하면 정말 멋있을 것 같다라는 생각에 이 기획이 시작되었습니다. 이 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 차원 던전과 다르게 2차 각성된 몬스터가 더욱더 주인공이 되어야 한다는 생각이 들었고, 그래서 양쪽에 뭔가 이 2차 각성 몬스터의 스킬을 더욱 빛나게 할 수 있는 기믹이나 오브젝트를 구성하게 되었습니다. 하지만 꼭 이 던전의 보스만이 그 주인공은 아닙니다. 예를 들어 이누가미 2차 각성 던전에 입장하기 위해서는 소환사 여러분의 이누가미가 필수로 입장해야 합니다. 결국 소환사 여러분의 몬스터도 이 던전 안에서는 주인공이 되는 것이죠.
네, 이번 업데이트에서 크게 중점을 둔 부분은 뭐 예전과 마찬가지로 재미고요. 소환사 여러분들이 재밌게 즐기고 많은 경험을 했으면 좋겠습니다.
서머너즈워가 5주년을 맞이했는데요. 계속 재밌게 즐겨주신 분들께 감사드리며
애정을 가지고 키우던 몬스터가 2차 각성을 통해 새로운 몬스터로 탄생하는 순간을 꼭 경험해보세요.
네, 이번 업데이트는 차원호를 통해 새로운 차원으로 이동하게 된 소환사들이 겪는 모험과 전투를 담고 있습니다. 차루카 유적 전투 후 천궁 외에는 새로 발견된 고대 유적에 대한 조사를 하게 되는데요. 그 조사 과정에서 다른 차원으로 이동할 수 있는 차원호를 발견하게 됩니다. 차원호를 통해서 다른 차원에 대한 탐사를 진행하게 되지만 미지의 존재와 맞닥뜨리게 되면서 난관에 봉착하게 됩니다. 이를 해결하기 위해서 소환사분들에게 새로운 차원에 대한 조사를 의뢰하게 되고요. 소환사분들은 차원을 통해서 다른 차원으로 떠나게 됩니다.
최초에 업데이트되는 차원홀은 총 2개의 차원으로 구성되어 있고요. 카르잔이라는 야수의 차원과 엘루미아라는 요정의 차원으로 구성되어 있습니다. 두 지역 다 기존 시나리오 지역과는 좀 다른 느낌을 주려고 노력을 했고 차원홀만의 좀 독특한 세계관들을 좀 만들어내려고 좀 작업을 진행했습니다. 예를 들어서 요정의 차원 같은 경우에는 페어리랑 픽시, 이들이 살 수 있는 좀 신비롭고 몽환적인 느낌, 그리고 좀 빛이나 좀 폭포, 물, 그리고 좀 독특한 오브젝트들을 좀 사용해서 그리려고 좀 했고요. 이누가미와 워베어가 살고 있는 야수 차원은 좀 짙은 녹색, 그리고 갈색, 좀 이렇게 밀림, 울창한 느낌으로 컨셉을 진행했습니다.
각 차원마다 각기 다른 모습의 보스들을 만날 수 있는데요. 그 보스들은 그 차원 환경에 맞춰서 진화를 했다는 설정을 가지고 시작을 했습니다. 요정 차원 같은 경우에는 아무래도 좀 더 여성적이고 주변에 있는 예쁜 색깔이라든지 오브젝트들을 이용을 해가지고 좀 아름다움을 표현을 하려고 노력을 했습니다. 야수 차원의 보스 같은 경우에는 유저들이 이 보스를 만났을 때 굉장히 압도적인 느낌을 받았으면 좋겠다라고 생각하면서 작업을 했습니다. 각 차원의 분위기가 다른 만큼 보스들의 디자인도 완전히 상반되기 때문에 각기 다른 재미와 매력을 느낄 수 있을 거라고 생각합니다.
고대 가디언의 스킬 구성에 있어서 가장 중점을 두었던 사항은 새로운 보스와 전투를 할 때 좀 새로운 느낌이 되었으면 좋겠다라는 점에서 먼저 시작을 하게 되었습니다. 이렇게 한 30-40번 정도 스킬 구성이 드랍되다 보니까 좀 약간 오기가 좀 생긴 것도 있고 정말 아예 판을 좀 깨보자 약간 이런 생각을 해본 것도 있어서 접근 방식을 좀 다르게 해봤습니다. 뭔가 양쪽에 기믹이나 이제 오브젝트가 있는 것이 아니라 보스 자체가 소환사처럼 양쪽에 특별한 몬스터들을 소환을 해서 전투를 진행하는 것을 컨셉으로 생각을 시작하였습니다. 고대 가디언은 총 3페이지에 걸쳐서 전투를 하게 되는데 페이지에 들어갈 때마다 양쪽에 새로운 몬스터를 소환을 하게 되고 그에 따라서 보스의 스킬도 페이지마다 점점 다른 스킬로 변경이 되게 됩니다. 굉장히 좀 복잡하고 어려울 수 있는 스킬 구성이지만은 소환사 여러분들은 잘 해내실 거라 믿습니다.
이 보스를 잡게 되면 고대 룬이나 고대 연성석, 고대 연마석 보석이라는 새로운 아이템을 획득할 수 있습니다. 이번 고대 룬을 추가하게 되면서 저희가 많이 고민한 부분이 있어요. 기존 룬에 대한 가치를 훼손하진 않는지, 기존 파밍 구조를 해치진 않는지, 마지막으로 소환사 여러분들에게 그 스트레스를 많이 주진 않는지에 대해서 크게 3가지에 대해서 걱정을 많이 했는데 고대 룬이 업데이트 된다고 해서 기존 룬을 다 대체하진 않을 거예요. 그러기 위해서 저희가 수치적인 밸런스를 되게 조심스럽게 했었고요. 제한적으로 획득할 수 있어서 여기서 충분히 돌다가 제한된 횟수를 다 소모하면 기존의 카이로스 2개 던전, 2개 레이드도 여전히 중요한 파밍 장소가 될 것입니다. 이 차각성은 태생 2, 3성 몬스터를 대상으로 진행하게 되는데요. 서비스 초기에는 이런 태생 2, 3성 몬스터들도 소환사 여러분들의 사랑을 많이 받았고 많이 쓰였거든요. 이런 좀 예전에 불헤라운드가 아레나에서 쓰인다거나 예전보다 지금은 좀 많이 그런 관계가 좀 없어지지 않았나 그런 거에서 좀 아쉬움이 있었고 그래서 어떻게 하면 이런 태생 2, 3성 몬스터들과 지금 소환사 여러분들이 애착을 가질 수 있을까에 대해서 고민을 많이 했었고 그러려면 좀 애들이 좀 더 멋있어지고 좀 유명해지면 태생 2, 3성 몬스터를 좀 더 사랑해 주지 않을까 라는 생각에서 2차 각성을 기획하게 되었습니다.
2차 각성을 작업할 때 스토리나 컨셉 이런 것도 중요하지만 일단 비주얼적으로 봤을 때 이건 유저들이 이건 각성해야 돼 이런 느낌이 들 수 있게 작업을 하려고 굉장히 노력을 했고요. 형상 변환 같은 경우에는 이전에 보지 못했던 어떤 신박한 컨셉이나 재치 있는 어떤 새로운 컨셉을 입혀서 이렇게 캐릭터를 매력적으로 만들었다면 2차 각성에서는 그 캐릭터가 원래 가지고 있었던 유저들이 매력적으로 느꼈던 그런 부분들을 더 부각시켜서 더 아름다운 캐릭터, 더 세 보이는 캐릭터를 만들려고 노력했습니다. 페어리한테 약간 자연적이고 마법적인 어떤 영험한 느낌을 주고 싶었어요. 그래서 꽃잎 날개와 꽃이 엮어진 듯한 느낌의 마법진을 이렇게 같이 붙여줬거든요. 그래서 상냥한 숲의 주인 같은 이미지로 완성하게 되었습니다. 페어리 말고도 픽시, 이누가미, 워베어가 더 강해지고 멋있어진 모습으로 소환사님들을 기다리고 있으니까요. 많은 기대 부탁드립니다.
우연히 사무실을 돌아다니던 중에 2차 각성이 된 이누가미 작업물을 보게 되었고 그 이누가미를 보자마자 아 멋있다. 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 이 이누가미로 하면 정말 멋있을 것 같다라는 생각에 이 기획이 시작되었습니다. 이 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 차원 던전과 다르게 2차 각성된 몬스터가 더욱더 주인공이 되어야 한다는 생각이 들었고 그래서 양쪽에 뭔가 이 2차 각성 몬스터의 스킬을 더욱 빛나게 할 수 있는 기믹이나 오브젝트를 구성하게 되었습니다. 하지만 꼭 이 던전의 보스만이 그 주인공은 아닙니다. 예를 들어 이누가미 2차 각성 던전에 입장하기 위해서는 소환사 여러분의 이누가미가 필수로 입장해야 합니다. 결국 소환사 여러분의 몬스터도 이 던전 안에서는 주인공이 되는 것이죠.
네, 이번 업데이트에서 크게 중점을 둔 부분은 뭐 예전과 마찬가지로 재미고요. 소환사 여러분들이 재밌게 즐기고 많은 경험을 했으면 좋겠습니다.
서머너즈워가 5주년을 맞이했는데요. 계속 재밌게 즐겨주신 분들께 감사드리며
애정을 가지고 키우던 몬스터가 2차 각성을 통해 새로운 몬스터로 탄생하는 순간을 꼭 경험해보세요.
네, 이번 업데이트는 차원호를 통해 새로운 차원으로 이동하게 된 소환사들이 겪는 모험과 전투를 담고 있습니다. 차르카 유적 전투 후 천국 외에는 새로 발견된 고대 유적에 대한 조사를 하게 되는데요. 그 조사 과정에서 다른 차원으로 이동할 수 있는 차원호를 발견하게 됩니다. 차원호를 통해서 다른 차원에 대한 탐사를 진행하게 되지만 미지의 존재와 맞닥뜨리게 되면서 난관에 봉착하게 됩니다. 이를 해결하기 위해서 소환사분들에게 새로운 차원에 대한 조사를 의뢰하게 되고요. 소환사분들은 차원을 통해서 다른 차원으로 떠나게 됩니다.
최초에 업데이트되는 차원홀은 총 2개의 차원으로 구성되어 있고요. 카르잔이라는 야수의 차원과 엘루미아라는 요정의 차원으로 구성되어 있습니다. 두 지역 다 기존 시나리오 지역과는 좀 다른 느낌을 주려고 노력을 했고, 차원홀만의 좀 독특한 세계관들을 좀 만들어내려고 좀 작업을 진행했습니다. 예를 들어서 요정의 차원 같은 경우에는 페어리랑 빛이 이들이 살 수 있는 좀 신비롭고 몽환적인 느낌, 그리고 좀 빛이나 좀 폭포, 물, 그리고 좀 독특한 오브젝트들을 좀 사용해서 그리려고 좀 했고요. 이누가미와 워베어가 살고 있는 야수 차원은 좀 짙은 녹색, 그리고 갈색, 좀 이렇게 밀린 울창한 느낌으로 컨셉을 진행했습니다.
각 차원마다 각기 다른 모습의 보스들을 만날 수 있는데요. 그 보스들은 그 차원 환경에 맞춰서 진화를 했다는 설정을 가지고 시작을 했습니다. 요정 차원 같은 경우에는 아무래도 좀 더 여성적이고 주변에 있는 예쁜 색깔이라든지 오브젝트들을 이용을 해가지고 좀 아름다움을 표현을 하려고 노력을 했습니다. 야수 차원의 보스 같은 경우에는 유저들이 이 보스를 만났을 때 굉장히 압도적인 느낌을 받았으면 좋겠다라고 생각하면서 작업을 했습니다. 각 차원의 분위기가 다른 만큼 보스들의 디자인도 완전히 상반되기 때문에 각기 다른 재미와 매력을 느낄 수 있을 거라고 생각합니다.
고대 가디언의 스킬 구성에 있어서 가장 중점을 두었던 사항은 새로운 보스와 전투를 할 때 좀 새로운 느낌이 되었으면 좋겠다라는 점에서 먼저 시작을 하게 되었습니다. 이렇게 한 30-40번 정도 스킬 구성이 드랍되다 보니까 좀 약간 오기가 좀 생긴 것도 있고, 정말 아예 판을 좀 깨보자 약간 이런 생각을 해본 것도 있어서 접근 방식을 좀 다르게 해봤습니다. 뭔가 양쪽에 기믹이나 이제 오브젝트가 있는 것이 아니라 보스 자체가 소환사처럼 양쪽에 특별한 몬스터들을 소환을 해서 전투를 진행하는 것을 컨셉으로 생각을 시작하였습니다. 고대 가디언은 총 3페이지에 걸쳐서 전투를 하게 되는데, 페이지에 들어갈 때마다 양쪽에 새로운 몬스터를 소환을 하게 되고, 그에 따라서 보스의 스킬도 페이지마다 점점 다른 스킬로 변경이 되게 됩니다. 굉장히 좀 복잡하고 어려울 수 있는 스킬 구성이지만은 소환사 여러분들은 잘 해내실 거라 믿습니다.
이 보스를 잡게 되면 고대 룬이나 고대 연성석, 고대 연마석 보석이라는 새로운 아이템을 획득할 수 있습니다. 이번 고대 룬을 추가하게 되면서 저희가 많이 고민한 부분이 있어요. 기존 룬에 대한 가치를 훼손하진 않는지, 기존 파밍 구조를 해치진 않는지, 마지막으로 소환사 여러분들에게 그 스트레스를 많이 주진 않는지에 대해서 크게 3가지에 대해서 걱정을 많이 했는데, 고대 룬이 업데이트 된다고 해서 기존 룬을 다 대체하진 않을 거예요. 그러기 위해서 저희가 수치적인 밸런스를 되게 조심스럽게 했었고요. 제한적으로 획득할 수 있어서 여기서 충분히 돌다가 제한된 횟수를 다 소모하면 기존의 카이로스 2개 던전, 2개 레이드도 여전히 중요한 파밍 장소가 될 것입니다. 이 차각성은 태생 2, 3성 몬스터를 대상으로 진행하게 되는데요. 서비스 초기에는 이런 태생 2, 3성 몬스터들도 소환사 여러분들의 사랑을 많이 받았고 많이 쓰였거든요. 이런 좀 예전에 불헤라운드가 아레나에서 쓰인다거나, 예전보다 지금은 좀 많이 그런 관계가 좀 없어지지 않았나, 그런 거에서 좀 아쉬움이 있었고, 그래서 어떻게 하면 이런 태생 2, 3성 몬스터들과 지금 소환사 여러분들이 애착을 가질 수 있을까에 대해서 고민을 많이 했었고, 그러려면 좀 애들이 좀 더 멋있어지고 좀 유용해지면 태생 2, 3성 몬스터를 좀 더 사랑해 주지 않을까 라는 생각에서 2차 각성을 기획하게 되었습니다.
2차 각성을 작업할 때 스토리나 컨셉 이런 것도 중요하지만, 일단 비주얼적으로 봤을 때 이건 유저들이 이건 각성해야 돼 이런 느낌이 들 수 있게 작업을 하려고 굉장히 노력을 했고요. 형상 변환 같은 경우에는 이전에 보지 못했던 어떤 신박한 컨셉이나 재치 있는 어떤 새로운 컨셉을 입혀서 이렇게 캐릭터를 매력적으로 만들었다면 2차 각성에서는 그 캐릭터가 원래 가지고 있었던 유저들이 매력적으로 느꼈던 그런 부분들을 더 부각시켜서 더 아름다운 캐릭터, 더 세 보이는 캐릭터를 만들려고 노력했습니다. 페어리한테 약간 자연적이고 마법적인 어떤 영험한 느낌을 주고 싶었어요. 그래서 꽃잎 날개와 꽃이 엮어진 듯한 느낌의 마법진을 이렇게 같이 붙여줬거든요. 그래서 상냥한 숲의 주인 같은 이미지로 완성하게 되었습니다. 페어리 말고도 픽시, 이누가미, 워베어가 더 강해지고 멋있어진 모습으로 소환사님들을 기다리고 있으니까요. 많은 기대 부탁드립니다.
우연히 사무실을 돌아다니던 중에 2차 각성이 된 이누가미 작업물을 보게 되었고 그 이누가미를 보자마자 아 멋있다. 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 이 이누가미로 하면 정말 멋있을 것 같다라는 생각에 이 기획이 시작되었습니다. 이 2차 각성 던전의 보스는 차원 던전과 다르게 2차 각성된 몬스터가 더욱더 주인공이 되어야 한다는 생각이 들었고 그래서 양쪽에 뭔가 이 2차 각성 몬스터의 스킬을 더욱 빛나게 할 수 있는 기믹이나 오브젝트를 구성하게 되었습니다. 하지만 꼭 이 던전의 보스만이 그 주인공은 아닙니다. 예를 들어 이누가미 2차 각성 던전에 입장하기 위해서는 소환사 여러분의 이누가미가 필수로 입장해야 합니다. 결국 소환사 여러분의 몬스터도 이 던전 안에서는 주인공이 되는 것이죠.
네, 이번 업데이트에서 크게 중점을 둔 부분은 뭐 예전과 마찬가지로 재미고요. 소환사 여러분들이 재밌게 즐기고 많은 경험을 했으면 좋겠습니다.
서머너즈워가 5주년을 맞이했는데요. 계속 재밌게 즐겨주신 분들께 감사드리며
애정을 가지고 키우던 몬스터가 2차 각성을 통해 새로운 몬스터로 탄생하는 순간을 꼭 경험해보세요.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to Summoner's War World Arena Championship 2019. This is the Asia Pacific Group Stage. Today, we will be seeing the Korean group, Group A, face off. 4 of the best players in South Korea will be here today. My name is Paper Thin. With me is Peter. And Peter, last week was a lot of fun doing the Australia-New Zealand qualifiers, but now we're into the group stage where teams will try to advance to the regional finals.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be watching the Korean matches. After all, we're both in Korea right now, so it's pretty much like our country's matches.
Yeah, we're coming to you live from Seoul, South Korea at the Rise Invent Studio, and we are very excited to bring this matchup here today. This will be a double elimination format. Pretty soon here, we're going to be able to check out the bracket, but first, we're already through the preliminary stages, so guys, now we are on the group stage. You can see that in the middle of your screen. We're going to go through 4 groups. Only 2 people from each group come out. So we do a double elimination format. We'll see that soon. 2 people from each group will qualify for the regional finals. And you can see the groups here. Like I said, today it's going to be Korea. Group number A, BEAT.D, OHSSE53, LUCKYGOD, and PERR. Of course, BEAT.D, big favorite here today, your 2018 world champion. Then we'll move on to Group B, C, and D, where we've got Japan, Southeast Asia in Group C, and Group D is going to be the Hong Kong, Taiwan region. We already saw Group C, a little bit of them. We saw Diligent and Groot last week, and they were playing pretty darn well, and we even got to see some of the double Summoner Wakings.
Yeah, we did see a lot of interesting units there.
All right, so next up, this is going to be BEAT.D, who we are already touting a little bit. He's quite good. You can see he likes to play Hathor, Gani, Yeonhong, Ager, and Diana, but his bans are maybe a little different.
Yeah, his bans are definitely different from what we have seen so far, so to say. He also does not like the ragdoll, but I think he's one of the very few people who actually ban out Sierra and also Entourage quite a bit. So that's going to be very interesting to see how he plays around these pre-bans.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that's the unawakened version of ragdoll there. The picture.
Yeah, that confused you a bit.
That confused me a bit the first time I saw it in rehearsal. I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so BEAT.D, a heavy favorite here. Of course, he defeated Llama last year in the 2018 finals. So next up, this is OHSSE, 53 here. Looks like he prefers the Yeonhung. He likes to play the ragdoll. Ganymede and Hathor, of course, very popular across all of these players, and Vanessa as well, favored with OHSSE.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his first 4 units, they all have like crazy synergy because Gany, Hathor, Yeonhung, those 3 have really, really nice synergy with each other. And Ragdoll, he has synergy with literally every comp. So his team comp is looking very, very strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like we're moving over to LUCKYGOD next. And of course, I'm not even going to mention Gany and Hathor anymore. We've got Gianna and we've got Tiana. And then we've got another one here that you were telling me before is very popular right now.
Yeah, that's Nepotus right there. So this guy with the Nepotus and double strippers, he's going to get a lot of debuffs off, and he has a lot of strippers as well.
Excellent. And then this is PERR, our last player we're going to be looking at here today. And he does like the Shiho, the Vanessa, and the Sierra as well. But a few of the ban monsters, a lot of Amelia we see ban, and a lot of Wusa as well. Sometimes people don't like to go against them.
Yeah, so the thing with PERR is that it doesn't seem like he has a lot of AoE strippers, which is why he wants to ban out the immunity, because he's relying on single target.
All right, this is our bracket, guys. This is how things will shape up today. Now, bear with me. This is a little bit complicated, but not super complicated. Match 1, Match 2, you can see how those are going to go out. Match 3 will be the winners of Match 1 and Match number 2. Then Match 4 will be the losers of Match 1 and Match 2. Then Match number 5 will be the players from the loser of Match number 3, and then the winner of Match number 4, and then the 2 players who win Match 3 and 5 get to move on to the regional finals. And I think, guys, the match is ready. Let's get into our first game of the day. No time to breathe, Peter.
Yeah.
We're just getting right into it. I love it. What do you think we're going to see here?
So this is going to be BEAT.D versus PERR. I could definitely see that PERR, based on his units, he might not have a lot of light dark nat 5s, meaning he's going to be relying on the top contested elemental nat 5s. So PERR really wants the Gany Hathor. BEAT.D has a bit more options, but he will probably definitely be contesting Gany Hathor as well. Now the difference is that BEAT.D has a Yeonhung. I assume PERR does not have it, so BEAT.D might have a bit more options with the comms, but we shall see how they play it out.
All right, we are looking forward to exactly how this one will go versus BEAT.D and PERR. And pretty much we are almost getting ready for this, guys. The match is coming up very, very soon here. In fact, it is about ready. We got to come back to us quick. Looks like we're going to take a little bit longer to get the match set up here. So what exactly about the Yeonhung gives BEAT.D a little bit more flexibility in this situation?
So Yeonhung, she's a great unit because she has so much healing. She also gives turns to units, and she has a single target strip. She has a great base speed. She literally has everything in her kit that fits a support. So that unit, it's definitely going to give PERR some trouble unless he finds a way to deal with it very quickly.
Right, okay. So, like we were talking about last week, it seems like speed is really important. Giving your character's turn, building that attack bar up, doing those kind of things, and really allowing you to set the tempo of the match.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if you get the first turn, sometimes that doesn't mean good game. Like, so even if you get second turn, you can win. But when you can get the first turn and utilize it to the fullest, taking out the opponent unit or already landing a CC, that can be pretty devastating to the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Turning the tide, setting that tempo, very, very important in Summoner's War 2019. But guys, I think we are getting really close here. I can hear some music, and usually that means we are ready. So let's get into the first match.
All right, so we can see that PERR is going to be getting the first pick, meaning he gets his choice of either Gany or Hathor. And here comes the pre-bans. BEAT.D does not want PERR to take Hathor, so he bans it out. And PERR, knowing that BEAT.D has Yeonhung, he decides that he doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I think, you know, PERR really understanding here what you were talking about earlier, that Yeonhung was going to be crucial to what BEAT.D wants to do. So instantly we got Fran picked here for PERR. How will BEAT.D counter this?
Well, he's gonna go ahead and take up a speed leader of his own, and he also has a Ganmi that he can pick up if he chooses to. But something interesting to note here is that BEAT.D, he does not like fighting Fran. So he actually pre-bans that unit or bans it a lot. So we're gonna see how BEAT.D reacts to this Fran pick, and he pulls out a early immunity through Velajuel.
Yeah, so he's got Vela here, so a couple fire champs there for you on BEAT.D's side. PERR's turn here. You get about 20, 25 seconds. He's going to go for that Ganny here. What will the follow-up? Oh, maybe not. Okay, no, he's going for Verid instead here, and Shiho, it looks like.
Yeah, so PERR, he's just flashed the Ganemy thinking about going for the combo, but he's like, no, I'm actually just going to pick up this Vertihal first because he can be a super carry, as well as the Shiho being a fantastic pick against 2 fire. So now BEAT.D, he has an option of going with something like Diana, but he ends up going with Tiana and CC.
All right, yeah, Oki in there, so a lot of fire heavy. So we're going with Josephine here as our next pick for PERR. And what will the last one be here? It looks like he's favoring those water comps because, like you were saying, there's a lot of fire in this one.
Yeah, so Josephine gonna be a huge counter to Okeanos in this match here because BEAT.D does not have much reset to deal with the Josephine except for the Okeanos reset. And PERR really going for that anti-CC combo with the Entourage as well. Now BEAT.D right now, does he decide to go all in with the CC and somehow shut down all these anti-CC units, or does he take a strong water threat to shut out the Vertihal and Entourage? We're gonna see what he does. He has about 10 more seconds to think right now. He could be going something like an Ager. Exactly right.
Well done. All right, so it will be Ager here to, I think, like you were saying, shut down what PERR is bringing here, right? You wanted that water unit.
Yeah, so PERR does not have much wind units to shut down the Ager. So PERR is definitely going to be really annoyed to see this Ager pick in there. He might even actually ban it out. We shall see. Because if he does ban it out, BT could potentially have not a lot of damage if armor breaks don't land, but he actually chooses to ban out the Tiana.
Right, and it'll be Shiho, the Monkey King, being banned here on PERR's side, so BT doesn't want to go against that. The stun and the debuffing that monkey can bring, and we're getting our leaders picked here. Of course, Vanessa will be the leader on the left and Fran on the right as we get into our first game of the day. Remember, this is match number 1 between PERR and BEAT.D, so we're just getting started, guys. Let's kick off game number 1.
All right, so BEAT.D, he had a speed leader advantage. He had a 33%, while PERR had a much lower speed leader, and he lands the reset onto Fran, which is going to be very good for him. Now Velajuel going to push up the attack bar of his whole team. Now Ager can move, Vanessa can move, so he could potentially kill something here. He's choosing to go lock down the Fran early on, and now he's going to get a turn, so he should be doing perhaps branding. All right, and then Entourage gets a cut.
Yep, okay, so he's looking to try to shut down that Fran. Of course, if the Fran gets going, that's a lot of buffs for your own team and a lot of sustain for your own team there. You can see a little bit of damage done, and of course, the armor break on her as well.
Yeah, that armor break landing is going to be huge because without it, Fran probably could have survived till she got a second skill off. But right now, it looks like that Fran's going to be pretty unhealthy. However, BEAT.D right now, he needs to decide if he's going to go for a stun or not. Because if he stuns, then everyone has a shield. But he still chose to go for it. And now, actually, the Velajuel with the branding and armor break is going to be able to bring down the Fran just enough for her to die to the dot. But BEAT.D finishes her off.
Yep, there she goes. Oki will finish her off. Little just a tickle there from Vanessa, not much doing. We've still got the shields up on the remaining 3 characters for PERR here. But so far, advantage BEAT.D as he's got the 4-3 advantage now.
Yeah, BEAT.D, he has 3 units left on PERR's side that Ager can really control well. So he must be feeling pretty confident right now. And he also has the Vanessa passive there. So even if Oki goes down to that Violent proc, he's just going to come right back up. So right now, PERR decides not to finish him off because he wants to keep that Oki stunned up. But now he will finish it. And Velajuel going to crit that Entourage down.
Ooh, and down goes Entourage. So now it is a 4v2 here for BEAT.D. Coming in, doing some more damage, really wanting to get this Oki down. And with that crit, it will go down.
Yeah, so right now we have a 3v2 scenario. What Pair needs right now is this Josephine to proc every time and Vertihouse to keep allowing Josephine to carry. But the Vertihouse attack bar gets pushed down to 0. Ager gonna deal massive damage on him into another proc. That Vertihouse is definitely gonna go down here.
Yep, and there it goes. In fact, it is desperate now for Pair. He only has the Josephine left. She's going to need to proc like crazy here, but nothing doing on that attack.
Yeah, so Pair knows he lost. He takes the early quit, and BEAT.D gonna pick up that early first win.
All right, well, a big win here for BEAT.D. Kind of what you would expect here from our 2018 world champion. And it looked like just bruising that Fran down early, just absolutely breaking through there and taking her down, really prevented Pair from ever being able to get anything going.
Yeah, honestly, I might have to criticize Pair's decision to ban Tiana there. If Pair had banned more of the damage instead of Tiana, I feel like it could have been better. I don't think Tiana ban really did much for him there.
Yeah, so maybe the Ager or something like that would have been looking, because that Ager seemed to be doing a lot of damage and really providing a lot here. But we are going into round number 2. Now remember, the rules are a little different in 2019 PWC. You cannot pre-ban the same thing 2 rounds in a row. So these will have to be different, and this time it is Shiho and Ganymede being banned.
Yeah, so BEAT.D surprisingly takes out the Shiho, not pre-banning Fran like I've seen him do a couple times in the past. But BEAT.D right now gonna get the first pick. He can take the Hathor right now if he wants.
All right, we'll see if that's exactly what he wants to do, or if he's going to try to figure out something else here. He gets quite a bit of time to think about it, and like you were thinking, Peter, he wants to go for that Hathor right away. Immediately countered with Vanessa and Josephine here from Pair.
Yeah, so BEAT.D's go-to speed leader, well, I'm not sure if that's his go-to, but at least from the last match, he wanted that Vanessa, but now it's gone. So is BEAT.D going to pick up another speed leader early on, or is he just going to leave that BE and pick up some units, maybe like Vertihal and Fran, that we saw Pair use last game? But no, BEAT.D, he's saying he likes the Okeanos. He's going to stick with it yet once again into a Josephine, so he must have a plan to deal with the anti-CC comp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a lot of AoE CC coming down here, and that looks like Sierra as well here. So that speed that you were talking about earlier, he's able to find a way to get that in there as well. Whoa!
That is not expected. There is the Light Unicorn. She literally just got buffed in the previous patch, and now she offers, I believe, anti-crit passive to the whole team. And BEAT.D decides to put in a Diana into Onturus and Light Unicorn, meaning that Diana's not going to be critting much. So I do not expect Pair to be banning Diana here. We'll see what he bans, but BEAT.D, man, there's a lot of units on Pair's side that he probably doesn't really like to see much.
Yeah, that looks pretty scary. And you got the Lightning God in there. I believe that's Bolvark is his name.
Yeah.
And so it looks like we're going to ban the Light Unicorn here, and Sierra are getting banned out for this one. So what are your thoughts, Peter?
Pair doesn't really seem to have a lot of immunity here. Once that Josephine's passive is popped, then it's all pretty much down to Ontur's RNG. That Bulwark pick really not going to do much here because there are not a lot of buffs on either side. So I actually feel like BEAT.D has a much, much better draft.
All right, we'll see if it pans out here for BEAT.D. A little bit of damage done initially, but nothing substantial here. We get the crit, but nothing really much there.
Yeah, that Lightning Emperor does not really do much damage outside of his third skill. And now Yeonhong gonna dish out the damage right away onto the Onturus. And Hathor, he smartly decides not to use a third skill. He only uses the second skill on the Bulwark. Now Josephine gonna go for the Provoke on Oki and misses.
Oh, yeah, not getting the Provoke there. That's a big miss there. Of course, Diana, that annoying horse that we've seen time in and time out. If she gets rolling, she can do a lot of damage for you here. And just a regular attack onto the shield here. Of course, with those shields up, makes it a little more difficult to get some damage in and get some CC and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so he gets a really nice double stun there. Diana, he surprisingly decides not to shield because right now would be the ideal time to do so while Bulwark has 5 stacks. But whatever the case, Hathor gets the sleep off while the Josephine passive is down. Now Pair needs to rely on some RNG from his units. They need to proc out of the sleep or BEAT.D's gonna loop turns around him.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a huge sleep that came in from Hathor here, getting every unit. Now we are trying to whittle down this Antares, really take advantage of that, and there is that heal and attack bar increase you get from Yeonhong.
Yeah, so he decides to reset the on thruster, which I do question because I feel like he already used the second skill, but I guess he just wanted it for extra damage, knowing that Vanessa passive is not up. So now all BEAT.D needs to do is work units down individually while CCing the rest. And he definitely has that down this match. I honestly think that PERR is not going to be able to come back from this one.
Yeah, this one's looking pretty dire here. That was a big takedown onto Antares here. Just a little bit of damage trade back and forth. Yeonhong just throwing out her butterfly. Gets a critical, but not much damage being done from her. She's not meant to do that. She's a support champion.
Well, actually, I think, I'm not sure what BEAT.D's damage is, but Yeonhong can actually do really big damage. However, that Vanessa is going to be very tanky later, early on, which is why she's not taking much damage. But right now, he's just spreading damage here and there, going for the Josephine and Vanessa at the same time. And Hathor is going to be having her sleep up in the next turn, which she has actually now from the Violent proc. He goes for it, and PERR takes the early lead.
And there we go. That is it. It is a 2-0 victory. These are just best of threes. So BEAT.D will take down PERR in match number 1 here and move on to the winners final, setting himself up nicely to potentially make it through to the regional qualifiers. That was a pretty one-sided match there for BEAT.D.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be toxic here or anything, but I feel like I should flame PERR a bit for his choices in draft, because I feel like he completely lost before the matches even started. Like, his team just now was so reliant on him having the light unicorn there, while BEAT.D didn't even have much buffs. So I really think that he needs to do his homework a little better next time.
All right, so for him, it was just, it just looked like BEAT.D just had him thought out around every corner. Like you were saying, you brought in the light unicorn, you're trying something unexpected, but BEAT.D quite ready for it and quite ready to go. But it looks like we are ready for break, guys. We will be back soon with more SWC 2019. And welcome back, everybody, to Summoner's War World Arena Championship 2019. This is the Asia Pacific group stage. We're already well underway here. We are through match number 1. BEAT.D takes down PERR, and we are going to move into a highlight very shortly between that last match to see exactly how that one shaped up. And it was a big win there for BEAT.D. So you can see here, it was a quick 2-0 here. BEAT.D already 1-0 going up into this final match.
Yeah, so this match is the one that we just saw. You can see right now that PERR's whole team pretty much didn't get to move much, and that's because BEAT.D had two incredibly strong CC units in there. He has really good synergy between Oki Hathor, Oki resetting the pesky passives away, while Hathor keeps everything else locked down. And not only that, but he had a Yeonhung, which is a cherry on the top there to keep giving turns to those units and keep them healthy.
Right, so not only are you denying your opponent the ability to do anything with the CC and the resets, but on your side as well, you're building up your own attack bar and giving your units extra turns. So, next up, it'll be OHSSE versus LUCKYGOD. So, what are we thinking about this one here, Peter?
I'm not sure if LUCKYGOD has Ragdoll or not, but I know OHSSE really likes to rely on the Ragdoll, and I think as well as the Yeonhung. And LUCKYGOD has a lot of light dark units, as his name might state. So they're going to be contesting each other's light dark units if they share the same ones. If not, we might just be seeing like their own pools of light dark monsters coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see LUCKYGOD here also liking the Nephthys, the Tiana, the Gani, the Gianna, the Hathor. So, you know, a lot of people are liking these kind of like CC-based comps, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, just because you have the Hathor and Gani in there, it doesn't mean your team is necessarily CC. It feels like more like Hathor. She is a unit that fits into almost any comp unless the enemy has such a strong comp against Hathor.
Right, right. And over on OHSSE's side, like you were saying, he does like the Yeonhung. He's got Vanessa there, of course, for the speed. And, you know, he's banning out like things like Verd and the Ragdoll, of course, because the damage potential from that Ragdoll is so high.
Yeah, OHSSE just banning generic units that most people don't really like to fight against because he already utilizes most of the other top tier ones. So he really only needs to like ban out the monsters that he personally struggles against.
Very good. Well, pretty soon here, guys, we are going to be getting into our second match of the day. Of course, the winners from these matches move on to the winners final, and the winner of that will make it to the regional finals. But guys, match number 2 is ready between these two players. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so what will our pre-bans be here this time with LUCKYGOD and OHSSE? They get a little time to think about it, but already through it. So you got the Nephthys and the Ragdoll being banned out here.
Yeah, like I said, these guys are both very toxic when it comes to their light dark monster pools, so they're going to be banning each other's units out. LUCKYGOD does not have to deal with Ragdoll this game. OHSSE does not have to deal with the Nephthys, and LUCKYGOD decides to take Hathor first. So now OHSSE, what do? You take Gani away, so there's no Gani Hathor combo, and he also takes a Yeonhung early on. So that could potentially mean LUCKYGOD has Yeonhung, so that's a very good pick for him.
All right, LUCKYGOD taking a little bit of time to think over exactly how he wants to play this out. Next, he is going to try to take a page from Beat's book here, and he goes with Oki and Vanessa.
Yeah, so LUCKYGOD right now, he's also opting for the heavy CC comp through Hathor and Oki. Now OHSSE, he does have Gani in there, which kind of gets rid of the Exodia CC triple combo, so to say. And now he can either go with something like Josephine to deal with these two CC, or go with the CC of his own. We'll see what he decides to do here. He's really taking his time to think about it. He could also try maybe some immunity, but no. He decides, hey, I'm going to make the most use out of this Ganymede here, and I'm going to pick myself a Samet, and oh, okay. I was kind of excited for the triple Fairy Kings, but he decides to go with the Triana, which is, I mean, not the greatest pick against LUCKYGOD's team right now, but not the worst either, with the cleanse and everything.
Yeah, okay, so this is the first time we're going to be seeing a Samath since we have started casting together, Peter. And we've got Sierra and Fran rounding out LUCKYGOD's team. It looks like, no, he's changed his mind. He's going for Diana instead.
Yeah, so OHSSE right now, he could opt for Entourist, which is a default Diana counter, as well as a very good unit against Oki and Hathor. But he might even just be going for the Daphnis, because that's what he was originally thinking of. But no, he sees Entourist potential here, and he knows that Entourist is really going to mess up LUCKYGOD, so he does end up taking that pick. And now, what is the unit that they're both going to ban out from each other? Will it be the Entourist, Yeonhung? What will it be?
Yeah, absolutely. Entourist and Oki doesn't want to deal with that CC and that turn reset that Oki brings there. So we are going to jump into our first game between LUCKYGOD and OHSSE here. Again, this is a best of 3, guys, and we will find out exactly how this one will shape up. And we are about loaded. I can't wait for this one to go. the Hathor is just so strong. It's just that AoE sleep is just so brutal.
Yeah, that's why me not having Hathor, that's why I don't play RTA, because if you don't have Hathor, man, RTA is a nightmare. But anyways, we saw here that they both had 33% speed leader, so we really get to see who is the faster one between the two. Hathor actually outspeeds Osei's Yeonhong, but the Yeonhong's going to be able to cut anyways, stripping away the Sierra's immunity into Ganymede reset. So now Diana can do free damage because there is no threat against her at the moment. Gonna work down the Yeonhong first.
All right, yep, Diana transforming back into her unicorn, and like you were saying, there's that stun from her as well. We get the armor down onto the Yeonhong as well, so that is a very weak Yeonhong.
Yeah, I mean, that stun prevented Yeonhong from healing up, so that was a very, very huge stun. And the Vanessa damage calculation gonna allow the Diana to pew-pew through Triana's passive. Bye-bye, Yeonhong.
As we like to say, the Diana pew-pew is real here. She is doing some work. Yeonhong down. And we are moving on now. It is turn for Ganny. He's gonna get the reset there. And we move over to Samantha now.
Yeah, I mean, like, this match to me, honestly, looks like the freest Diana game ever, because there is literally no threat against Diana's besides the Ganny glancing and Triana getting some lucky sleeps. Like, this Diana's just literally gonna go 1-2-1-1 and just pew everything down.
All right, we'll see if that is exactly how this one shapes up. What can Osei have happen here for him to turn this around?
Basically RNG, you know, you gotta take away Lucky God's name and become the Lucky God Osei. And look, right now he needs that sleep. There we go. Lucky God Osei. Let's do it, man.
A big sleep landing there for him. We have the human form of Diana here as the pew-pew continues. See exactly how she wants to finish this. She will finish off, but of course, the passive is back there for Samantha.
Yeah, so Sameth gonna deal really big damage right now, ideally while Diana went into her human form, but it did not crit, so it ended up doing not much damage. He also does not have Ventilate for the Sameth, which was the point of this whole combo. So now basically, Osei needs to utilize his time and figure out what he's gonna do in the next match.
Yeah, this one looks like it is just about over here. And yes, he does concede. It will be Lucky God taking game number 1 here between these two players. And it looked like he was going for the Ganymede Samantha combo where you had that double ventilate, but it just didn't seem to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, he really all-in on that because he banned Okeanos, which was the only reset on the side of Lucky God, because he really wanted that Sameth to shine there. But unfortunately, it's really hard for Sameth to shine when the opponent picks Diana and Sierra, which are two really, really heavy wind bruisers.
All right, we are getting into match number 2 here between Osei and Lucky God. Lucky God takes game number 1. Remember, last round we banned the Nephitis and the Ragdoll, so you cannot ban those again. You have to ban something different this time around. That is a rule change here in the 2019 SWC. So we'll see what exactly the monsters they want to go for this time around are.
Yeah, Osei, he might end up banning another Light Dark unit from Lucky God. And if I was Lucky God, I could ban the Yeonhong unless Lucky God has a Yeonhong. But right now, they're really taking their time to think about it. They're probably has like the 2 top units they want to ban in their mind, and they're just deciding which one's better. And actually, no Light Dark units banned this time whatsoever. Hathor, Oki, both gone. No CC.
Yeah, so the CC, nobody likes to go against that. It really slows everything up, gums up the work. So we get right into the pick phase. Osei gets to pick first this time around, and he will go right for the Ganny.
Yeah, so Osei really liking that Ganny pick. Ganymede is a unit that allows so many team comps to work. And Lucky God actually gonna pull out his Yeonhong away from Osei this time. Let's see what type of team comp Lucky God will make this time with the Yeonhong. He goes with the speed leader, which is very good for Yeonhong because she has a crazy base speed.
Right, exactly. So he's looking to try to set the tempo here, use those team, resets where your teammates are the ones who get to take way more turns than the other person and take advantage of that here.
Yeah, so right now, Osei finally brings out his big guns, what I wanted to see. He goes with the Daphnis, but yet again, a early Triana pick from him. I can tell Osei really likes that Triana there to protect his units and, do a lot of annoying stuff. And now Lucky God, how is he going to adjust to this Daphnis pick? Because Daphnis is a monster that can potentially just one-hit KO something on turn 1. So usually when players fight against Daphnis, they immediately think, okay, I'm going to ban this guy, or make a comp that can deal with it. So he actually goes with the double oracles.
Yeah, Gianna and Sierra being picked here. And once again, we might be going with the triple guys here. It is the Samantha and the Wind Emperor, I believe, right?
Yeah, Triton with his incredible base speed is definitely going to be able to utilize that Samus 33% speed leader. And Lucky God picks a unit I believe that OHSSE does not like, Vertihal, with the Oracles there as well. Lucky God is going to get so much attack bar in this game. If Lucky God does not get shut down early, he's going to take way more turns than OHSSE.
So it looks like OHSSE is just trying to destroy this comp right away. Now we have the Samantha and the Verd being banned out here.
Yeah, but something to keep in mind right now is that Triton and Daphnis are kind of anti-synergy because now Daphnis won't get any armor breaks in unless Triton derps and fails to strip. So we'll see what happens here. Lucky God has the 33% speed leader, so he's going to be able to get first turn off of it on the Gianna, putting a bomb on the Triana, and there's a shield set, meaning Gianna could strip stun everything as long as her third skill doesn't do enough damage to break the shield, but it did, and it gets only one stun.
All right, so only one stun there, so not the best situation there for Lucky God. Not living up to his name there. Just attacking the Ganny a little bit there. Just chipping him down a little bit there, and we're also going in on the Daffy as well.
Yeah, so he did that to give his team attack bar, and now he also put glancing on Daphnis, which is going to pay off big time, because right now OHSSE needs to decide who to cleanse, either Triana or the Daphnis, but I believe Sierra's going to bomb. I don't know about that Triana bomb. If I was him, I would have bombed Ganny, and I would first kill the Daphnis here, because that would actually kill through the Triana. So now what Triana can do is cleanse away both bombs, where if he bombed Ganny, she would have had to choose to cleanse one of them.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of a misstep there from Lucky God. We got the Sealing Magic coming in here. Of course, decreasing those attack bars and some other things here. And what will the follow-up be with that Wind God?
Right now, OHSSE's team has legit the tiniest damage you can possibly have. Per turn, his team is going to be putting out like 4k damage per turn, while Lucky God is going to dish out like 30,000 with double bombs. So this is looking really bad for OHSSE here. These Oracles are under no threat or no pressure at all. They're just going to keep bombing away.
Right, and we're trying to get something going at that Triton AoE coming through here, and here comes some more bombs from our Oracles, getting a crit in there. Only one stun though, but like you said, there just doesn't seem to be much damage left here for OHSSE.
Yeah, absolutely. Triana even does not have the cleanse for the bomb right now, so once that Triana goes down, OHSSE is going to lose. So actually, Lucky God going to get the 2-0 victory here on OHSSE.
Yeah, it really felt like once he lost that Daffy, it was done. He needed that damage.
Yeah, like we saw OHSSE constantly running a hyper carry around Ganny and protecting it with the Triana, but Lucky God kept drafting units with multi-hits that was able to go through the Triana and wipe out the damage dealer on turn 1 or turn 3, whatever the case, early on.
Right, and you said that in that matchup early on, it was going to be OHSSE who needed to be the one to take one of the early units down from Lucky God.
Yeah, but that did not happen because OHSSE drafted only one speed leader, and once that was banned out, there was no hope for him to outspeed Lucky God.
All right, well, that will do it, guys. We are going to take a break. Join us for match number 3 in just a few moments. Welcome back, guys, to SWC 2019, the Asia Pacific Group Stage. We are through 2 matches, so we are moving on to our winners final. That'll come up very, very shortly here, but first we're going to take a look at the highlights from match number 2 between OHSSE and LUCKYGOD, and it was a 2-0 here. Pretty quick one for LUCKYGOD.
Yeah, so you can see right here that OHSSE ended up getting the first turn, but he wasn't able to do much with it because LUCKYGOD had so much threat in his team that OHSSE literally needed to reset everyone. But he can't do that, obviously. He can only reset one guy. So Diana gets a bunch of free damage off, taking out the Yeonhung early on, thanks to her stun on the Yeonhung, and now moving on towards the Samet and easily taking him out as well.
Yeah, and at this point, it was just too much to deal with, and OHSSE taps out with LUCKYGOD, taking that first game there. And moving into game number 2, kind of a similar story here for OHSSE.
Yeah, so OHSSE once again drafts the Triana in there as well as a hyper carry. This time is the Daphnis. So we see LUCKYGOD going for the stuns in the early game. He did not actually even get many stuns, but still he was able to land the armor break onto the Daphnis and just the right amount of damage with that violent proc. Now that I see it, that Vanessa proc actually was the reason why OHSSE lost, because that proc allowed the Daphnis to actually die right there. So that was huge.
Right, so those armor breaks actually turn out to be a really huge deal in here. You might think that it doesn't seem like it's something that's super important. You're just losing armor, whatever, but actually you take so much more damage. It's just crazy.
Yeah, armor break, it's one of the scariest debuffs in the game because that's the only thing besides ignore defense where your units can get one-shotted.
All right, let's take a look at the bracket here, where we are so far, guys. It was BEAT.D 2-0ing pair. OHSSE loses to LUCKYGOD 2-0. So we move on to match number 3. It'll be BEAT.D versus LUCKYGOD. The winner of this advances to the Regional Cup. The loser still has a chance because they will get to play the winner of match number 4, pair against OHSSE. So we're going to do the winners first, guys, and then we're going to do the losers bracket after all that. So BEAT.D versus LUCKYGOD. What are you thinking, Peter?
So we just saw that LUCKYGOD also has the Yeonhung. So LUCKYGOD does not necessarily have to ban out BEAT.D's Yeonhung. He could also take it first when he gets the first pick. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he decides to ban out from BEAT.D. And now BEAT.D has multiple options to ban on LUCKYGOD's side through Nephthys, Gianna. It'll be very interesting to see how the draft goes between them.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we've been seeing the Nephthys banned a lot, but we haven't seen it played yet. It is a very powerful character like we were talking about earlier, so we'll see exactly how that one shapes out. Both of the players like to ban Ragdoll, but I believe also both of them have it possibly available. At least we know LUCKYGOD does for sure. If I remember, I think you said he did, right? Was it LUCKYGOD that had Ragdoll?
It's OHSSE that has
OHSSE had
Ragdoll.
Ragdoll. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I'm not
My
sure.
bad.
I'm not sure if LUCKYGOD has Ragdoll. I'm pretty sure not. And BEAT.D also does not have Ragdoll. So those two, it'll be a Ragdoll-free game. But there will still definitely be other Light Dark units because I know both of them do have more than one Light Dark Nat 5.
All right, so this one's going to be very exciting. I expect this one to possibly be our best match of the day. Match number 3 is ready, guys. Let's get into it. And here we go. We get to do our pre-bans first. LUCKYGOD against BEAT.D. Maybe neither player wants to ban the Unhung because they really want it.
I'm honestly not sure what they're going to pre-ban here because every time like these players come in with the game plan against each of these players, so they pretty much already like spend so much time studying what the other player likes to do and stuff like that. And maybe LUCKYGOD does not really go with the Yeonhung every game. So we'll see what happens here. They're both really taking their time to decide what they're going to pre-ban.
Yeah, the last couple of matches, the pre-bans came in pretty quickly, but of course this one is very, very important because the winner of this will move on to the Regional Cup. And BEAT.D and LUCKYGOD have about 15 more seconds to mull this over. They do come in. Looks like it'll be the Nephthys and the Ganny getting banned here.
Yeah, so BEAT.D, like most of the other players, do not want to play against Nephthys. It is a very, very scary unit. And LUCKYGOD, he doesn't want to deal with BEAT.D's Ganny. So now LUCKYGOD gets the first pick priority, and he decides to give Yeonhung over to BEAT.D if he chooses, and takes the Hathor in return.
All right, so BEAT.D, we've seen him favor some champions, monsters here. Yes, it is Yeonhung, as well as what will the second monster be that BEAT.D is looking for to be Josephine here, of course, to try to deal with that CC from Hathor.
Yeah, so LUCKYGOD right now, he takes away the Sierra rather than Vanessa, which is very interesting. And now, what is he gonna do here? Is he gonna go with a more of a bruiser heavy lineup like we've seen earlier, where he had so many units that just does too much in the game to leave alone? Or is he gonna go and grab a support like Fran?
All right, he does in fact lock in that Fran here. Now it is BEAT.D's turn to counter this. Just a reminder, guys, after match number 3, we will have the first event coupon ready for you. So stick around. You will get that coupon after this match is concluded. This is another best of 3 here. So BEAT.D and LUCKYGOD. BEAT.D, once again, really taking his time.
Wow.
Whoa!
That's a unit that you're not seeing much. And another unit that we don't see much that I don't like. But man, BEAT.D right now, really flexing right now with the level 39 unit. It is not even level 40, so he is going to be missing out on a bit of stats, less HP, attack, defense. So if he ends up, hitting a unit and it survives with 1 HP, he's probably going to smack himself a bit for not leveling that up all the way. And now LUCKYGOD, he's like, what the heck is going on here? He just puts in his Gianna and Vertihal because those are pretty default picks, but man, BEAT.D is doing something very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean, Rakuni, we saw him a couple times last week in the Australia-New Zealand qualifiers, but we've never seen this other one before. This is nuts.
Yeah, and that is actually because the patch hit after the Australian matches, and she got a huge buff in that patch, now allowing her to be basically a poor man's Gianna, stripping away buffs and stunning like an Okeanos. And then he also opts for the Tiana in there so that he can make sure he lands his stun. But man, I have mixed feelings about BEAT.D's comp. It's very mixed. There's no clear objective in this team, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, we're banning out the Josephine. We don't want to deal with that anti-CC that she has bringing to the table, and it'll be the Verd being banned out by LUCKYGOD here. This is going to be quite the interesting matchup.
Yeah, so something to note here is that because BEAT.D let LUCKYGOD keep the Sierra, those bombs are gonna get detonated if LUCKYGOD decides to do so. So I don't think that Rakuni is gonna have much of a pick value unless it's ruined really well and it's gonna keep moving to counter the Hathor's sleep. Now Hathor actually gets the first turn over to Tiana here, going for the AoE team sleep and gets it.
Wow, all 4 members with that delayed promise will be put to sleep here, and now it is LUCKYGOD with the early tempo, getting those bombs down, of course, with Gianna here, and a little bit of continuous damage as well. And now we will see what the follow-up was with Fran, of course, giving the attack buff and the immunity buff.
Yeah, so what LUCKYGOD's gonna want to do here is stack bombs on other targets and potentially work down the Rakuni's HP so that Rakuni does not cleanse other units, but unfortunately, Rakuni was able to cleanse the bomb off of Yeonhung there, but LUCKYGOD slaps another bomb on there. So right now, Yeonhung, she needs to decide what to do. Is he gonna heal or is he gonna go for the strip? He goes for the heal, giving Rakuni another turn, meaning that actually Rakuni is going to move first, cleansing Yeonhung, which was a very, very smart play by him. Unfortunately, the bomb does not get cleansed, but Yeonhung resists the stun, so now she gets a move.
Yeah, but half damage done there. So, like you said, she does get the move, but still in a bit of a dire situation here. It'll be Hathor up next for LUCKYGOD, and he's going to give you the sweet dreams, but the sleep does not land.
Yeah, because Rakuni is fire, it's hard for Wind to land debuffs on the fire. However, Fran right now getting that violent proc to work down the Yeonhung. Gianna right now could choose to bomb something else, and he does choose to bomb Clara. Now Sierra, he could have really used the violent proc there, but he did not get. Rakuni right now, he could give the turn to anyone he chooses. It could even be Clara to go for the stun, could be Tiana to cleanse. He decides to give it to Clara. Now he's going to be going for the stuns and gets 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 big stuns there for Clara, but this is a very weak team here for BEAT.D so far. See if he can keep that Yeonhung alive. It is up to Fran now. She's going to purify.
Man. That's going to allow Sierra to move now. She's going to be able to bomb something, anything he wants. I would bomb Yeonhung there. Very smart by LUCKYGOD. And now, goodbye Yeonhung.
Yeah, this should be a very dead Yeonhung. In fact, she does go down. Clara is very weak here as well for BEAT.D. Now, we have the turn up for Tiana. Just going to go with that defense debuff there.
Yeah, right now he's just spreading the armor breaks around. What BEAT.D really needs is procs from this Rakuni to keep his team healthy and to keep them moving so that he can work down the Fran and then move over to the Sierra. But that Fran right now, she's going to put up another round of attack buff and immunity. And attack buff bombs are so scary, man.
Yeah, and once you get that Fran sustain going, it just gets...
my
Whoa,
God.
that's a big moment
Wow.
there. Fran goes down,
Oh.
and now a ton of damage being done to Sierra as well.
Yeah, and even got a Violent proc from Clara to almost finish off the Sierra there. Getting that proc while the armor break is there is huge. And now that Sierra would actually go down to this Raccoony. And maybe we'll see a Raccoony solo here. Damn, that damage was so good.
That was crazy huge. Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting the AoE here. Clara does go down, but that Raccoony will finish off the Sierra. So now it's a 2v2 situation. It looks like BEAT.D is turning this around.
Yeah, like BEAT.D is landing every single armor break out of this Tiana. Now it seems like actually BEAT.D might win this because that Raccoony does counter Gianna, but as long as Gianna users play it very smart, he can still get the bomb damage off. So right now, he's going to be really thinking about who to bomb. He decides to give it to the Tiana. Raccoony needs to proc right now to cleanse that Tiana. Will he get it? That is the real question. No, he does not.
Oh, he does not get the proc, so now BEAT.D in a bit of trouble. The stun does come down onto the Raccoony. The Tiana sitting with a bunch of bombs, and she goes down.
Yeah, Tiana went down. That's very bad for BEAT.D, but the Raccoony could still potentially solo. Do we believe in our boy Rat, or do we not?
Well, last week we trashed on the Rat, so I'm not so sure this week. We really have a lot of confidence in it.
Yeah, so right now he's gonna buff speed, getting that additional healing. Attack power just went up by 40%, meaning that Raccoony is gonna hit harder. But so is LUCKYGOD's team. That Gianna first skill is definitely gonna be hurting. Something very important to keep in mind is that it seems LUCKYGOD's Gianna is built on crit rate, meaning it's gonna get so much turns. So big props to his rune quality there.
And there you go. That will be game number 1 for LUCKYGOD. Playing very, very well there in that first game, but a huge curveball, I feel like, coming from BEAT.D here. Something that we definitely were not expecting.
Yeah, that was like huge brain, you know, Korean IQ plays right there from him. He was trying to spread the armor break around with the Tiana and Clara, which allowed Tiana to get that massive damage off with the second skill, and just everything went boom.
It almost worked. Game number 2 is ready here in our second match of the day. BEAT.D versus LUCKYGOD. LUCKYGOD took game number 1. I expect we're going to see something a little bit different, even though that was very close there at the end for BEAT.D.
Yeah, so this match is definitely going to be very, very close, like the match we just had, I assume. And now, what are they going to ban from each other here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Of course, last time we had the Nephitis and the Ganny being banned. Will we see something a little bit different here? Maybe BEAT.D not a fan of that Hathor after the way that last game went, but he does get the first pick this time.
Yeah, I assume that... Oh, really? BEAT.D actually bans Hathor like you thought. Very good prediction. And LUCKYGOD takes out the Okeanos, so CC is not up for grabs this time.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day, Peter. Every once in a while, I get one. It's BEAT.D getting the first pick, going with that comfort pick of Yeonhong that he really likes.
Yeah, so now LUCKYGOD, he's going to answer back with not the Vanessa, but rather the Ganymede. And now, what is he going to combo with the Ganny to make the most use out of his Ventilate? It is going to be the Fran.
Yeah, we saw this combo. We see this combo quite a bit here, the Fran and the Ganny. Just keeping that Fran going, getting that sustain going, so powerful. And there is that Tiana once again here from BEAT.D. We saw that last game. And then the Sierra for the speed.
Yeah, so BEAT.D once again opting for his super high damage Tiana with the Sierra there, meaning LUCKYGOD will not get his double bomb combo off this time. LUCKYGOD definitely going to be thinking about what to do here. He opts for the Vanessa for the protection as well as speed leader, and coming in is Nephitis.
All right, we finally... Oh no, come on, do it. Yes, LUCKYGOD, don't toy with us. Oh, okay, fine, Verd then, fine. I was kind of hoping to see Nephitis in action here.
Yeah, I believe LUCKYGOD decided not to pick that yet because, first of all, BEAT.D does not have that unit, and secondly, because he already has 2 speed leaders on his side, although Fran's leader skill is very weak. And now BEAT.D preemptively putting in the Velojewels to counter the Nephitis. And now, let's see what else he does for the last pick. Now, keep in mind that Velojewel is a very, very strong unit in this meta because he is a great counter to Hathor and a lot of debuffs. And not only that, he does so much damage. BEAT.D bringing out his Rika.
All right, Rika will be the final one, and Triana here being the final pick, it looks like, for LUCKYGOD. If he decides to lock that in, he has juked us out a few times. so far today, but it looks like he's very heavily considering this, really thinking about this matchup here. Now, assuming he does lock this in, what are you thinking about banning? Yo, okay, no, we're doing Gianna, never mind. Okay, rethink everything I just said.
Oh man, this one is gonna be very, very interesting because BEAT.D really all in, so to say, on that Rika pick, because Rika is a unit that is absolutely garbage if the enemy gets immunity off and they have a lot of cleanse. So BEAT.D could be potentially considering Fran ban, but if he does ban Fran, he's gonna get locked down a bit by the Gianna Ganny Verd combo. So he must be really taking his time to decide the ban right now, and he decides Gianna is the answer. Goodbye, Gianna.
Yeah, Gianna and Sierra being banned here by Lucky God, preventing that speed leader from coming through here. So we are getting into our second game. Lucky God versus BEAT.D. It is 1-0 for Lucky God right now. And we'll see exactly how this one will shape up. BEAT.D. once again throwing another unconventional pick at us with Rika.
Yeah, BEAT.D is really flexing his toys right now. Ganymede, though, is going to be getting the first turn with the 33% speed leader, meaning he can go for the reset on one of the non-will targets. He's going to go for the Tiana so that there's no strip for Fran's third skill. He's going to go for the attack buff. Now is his chance to dish out some massive damage. He knows the Tiana is on a damage-heavy build, gets a lucky proc, and now Vanessa is going to lay out the armor break into... Oh, okay.
Oh, didn't get that armor break there.
No, he actually chose not to use it. I guess because he knew that it's going to get cleansed by Velajewel. But honestly, I think... maybe he could have used it anyways for damage, but whatever the case, it's not going to matter too heavily. Right now, Fran's definitely going to be going for the cleanse on Vertihal into another attack buff.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the attack immunity buff here. This Fran really proving to be very vital for Lucky God. Yeonhung doing her thing, getting her team back in the action here, getting that Tiana back up and running.
Yeah, so right now, Yeonhung's heal is going to have 2 more turns before it's up. This is Lucky God's moment to dish out some massive damage and hopefully kill something, which is why he saved the armor break. But you got to keep in mind that Tiana still has 2-turn immunity and the Velajewel damage.
Big damage being done to Verd there. The armor break onto him really gets him in dire straits here. He is dealing with a substantial deficit, but the Fran heal, of course, available, will get him back up to about 2/3 health.
Yeah, this is looking really scary for Lucky God right now because that Vertihal is losing HP really quickly. Although he could revive it many times with the Ganny Ventilate combo on the Vanessa, BEAT.D is just looking like he has so much damage and he's landing armor break every time on that Tiana.
Right, of course, you can ventilate Vanessa's passive there, get that guy back up and running. Now we're focusing in on Yeonhung. There's the armor break onto Ganny though, so there's gonna be a lot of damage coming in here, but only about half health.
Yeah, that Yeonhung resisting the armor break was huge because Lucky God really wanted to take her out right now, and he's going to choose to reset it so that there is no heal coming up. But the Velajewel procced earlier, meaning there will be more immunity on the side of BEAT.D. This is going to be really tough for Lucky God to win unless he can somehow get enough turns to take out the Yeonhung and start killing the next units.
All right, Fran doing everything she can to try to keep that hope alive there. And we have a very weak Ganny here, but Yeonhung taking some damage here, and she will just barely survive with a sliver.
Yeah, so right now, Lucky God needs to decide whether he's going to ventilate one of his supports or just go for the kill. He went for the kill, which was the very smart choice because Fran has a heal anyways. So although BEAT.D had so much damage, Lucky God's Vanessa put in so much work there, keeping that Vertihal healthy. Although the Vertihal actually never went down, just the fact that Vanessa is there puts so much pressure on the opponent. And now BEAT.D can't really do much because he has so much immunity through Fran.
Yeah, and now things are getting desperate here. Tiana going down, and now we are focusing in on the Rika, the ventilate used onto the Fran, who will give that huge buff and health to her team.
It's like an AoE Yeonhung, man. I swear to God. Fran, oh my goodness, that is a unit that I definitely do not like to fight. BEAT.D probably thinking the same thing right now, like, goddamn, that Fran. I don't like her. But anyways,
she's just so powerful.
Yeah, BEAT.D has no sustain left, no armor break, no damage whatsoever. This Rika pick did not pay off. Like I said, Rika is absolutely garbage when the opponent has immunity.
Yeah, exactly, and it will be, in fact, Lucky God taking this one 2-0 here over BEAT.D. So a bit of an upset here coming through. because our 2018 world champion has gone down here, and I'm really surprised that we let that go through. Now, guys, stick around. We've got the coupon coming up very shortly here, so you can get that code in. We are about to come up with it. It'll be on the bottom of your screen, so look for it there. But BEAT.D, his favorite champion to ban is Fran, and he just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him do that a lot in his ranked solo queue matches, so to say. But in these matches here, he's showing that maybe he'd rather ban the more pocket picks of these players. And it seems like in that match just now, Fran really countered him pretty hard there. So maybe he should have considered pre-banning that instead or taking it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got your code on Young Haseo. Peter, what does that mean in Korean? I know, but
that's a very formal way to say hello in Korean. So if you ever see a Korean person, you could say 안녕하세요 to them, and that would be a very polite thing to do. So make sure you go ahead and pick up your 100 energy and 100,000 mana.
There you go. Get that code going, guys. That was a really interesting match. That was a little more one-sided than I expected. I mean, BEAT.D, especially coming into this, your favorite, and he's going down to the losers now, and he has to beat either PERR or OHSSE to get himself into the regional cup.
Yeah, I mean, LUCKYGOD showing some really big muscles right now. He 2-0'd both of his opponents so far, looking so strong going into this tournament here. So now BEAT.D showed a lot of pocket picks. Is he going to continue to experiment around through these matches, or will he start taking more units that have been proven to be strong in the meta already? We will see pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll find out, guys. It is break time. We will be back after this short break with our losers match, match number 4. Stay tuned. Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Summoner's War World Arena Championship 2019 Asia Pacific group stage here. It is the Korea group. We are moving over to our losers side now. We already have our first player making it through to the regional cup for the Asia Pacific region. That was LUCKYGOD. I'm Paper Thin. This is Peter. Right away, we're just going to get right into the highlight here. Let's see what exactly happened in match number 3. All right, so this was a bit of surprise, I think, for both of us here, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like BEAT.D, he knew the Tiana was going to do a lot of damage, so he kind of saw it as a carry. But me really going into this, I felt like BEAT.D had a really mismatched lineup. It's kind of all over the place. So had he polished the lineup a bit more and not gone with something like Rakuni, maybe this match could have actually gone in his favor, which is why I don't like the Rakuni pick very much.
Yeah, it just hasn't proven to be a successful pick here that we've seen in the Asia Pacific region for Summoner's War, and you know, it just doesn't seem to be the right monster right now. It almost worked for him in game number 1. It was close.
Yeah, something very important once again is that you have to keep in mind that this Lucky God's Gianna is on Courage, so she's going to keep moving, which is why he had enough damage to take out the Rakuni. Had that not been a Courage Gianna, maybe it wouldn't have killed Rakuni.
All right, and then this is game number 2 where Lucky God, we saw a lot of really powerful Fran action here. Of course, that immunity she brings and the attack buffs as well really give your team so much sustain if you can't take her down early.
Yeah, Lucky God utilized that Ganny-Fran combo really well. Meanwhile, BEAT.D brought in the Rika as one of the last picks, knowing that the enemy has Fran, and while also choosing not to ban it. So I do feel like if he thought a bit more through the pick ban phase, he might have not done that and actually won this one too.
Yeah, so just looks like a few slight missteps here for BEAT.D ended up costing him the match, and you can see that Yeonhong was very, very weak, and she went down early. And that really started to snowball the match here for Lucky God, who ends up taking down that Tiana quickly as well.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much a stomp from here onwards because BEAT.D's main carries are down. So now you can see that Lucky God is going to get the 2-0 victory there.
Exactly correct. So we are through the winners stage of the bracket. Now we're moving down to the losers part. So this is going to be OHSSE versus PERR, who lost in the initial matches, match 1 and number 2. The winner of this goes on to face BEAT.D in the losers finals to find out who will be the last one here. And let's take a look at the matchup between these two players, see exactly what kind of bans and picks they want to go for. And like we saw a little bit earlier, right? OHSSE is going to be our ragdoll guy. He really likes that. Will PERR allow that? It looks like PERR doesn't usually, though.
Yeah, definitely based on his most banned monsters, you can tell that PERR is definitely going to be thinking about pre-banning Ragdoll on the first game right away. Whereas OHSSE, it seems like PERR only has Light Unicorn we've seen so far. Maybe he has other Light Dark units, I'm not sure. But is OHSSE going to pre-ban Light Unicorn? I honestly don't think so because that monster, it's not really well known right now to be if it's really good or not. So we will see what OHSSE does for bans, whereas PERR's bans are a bit more predictable.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a really fun matchup here. This is like, and it's so important, right? Because both these players are left with this match. And if they lose this match, they go home. They don't have a chance to make it to the Regional Cup. If they win, they're still alive, and it's just another best of 3 between them. Who do you like here?
I don't have any personal favorites. I'm always going in non-biased into competitions. I honestly hope either one of them wins, and whoever gets me more excited, hey, I'll be rooting for you.
There we go. All right, match number 4 is ready. Let's get into this one, guys. All right, so pre-ban phase. Indeed, it is, as you predicted, Peter, the Ragdoll being banned out by PERR, and Josephine being banned here by OHSSE.
Yeah, OHSSE showing that he might be going for the Hathor picks here, maybe even an Okeanos, whereas PERR gets the first turn, so he's going to successfully take away that Hathor. So now, how is OHSSE going to utilize this Josephine ban? He takes the Ganny and Vanessa.
Yeah, really quickly here, OHSSE knew exactly what he was thinking going into this. Now we're seeing that Hathor-Oki combo with the Sierra to give them some speed to try to get that CC train rolling.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because OHSSE's pre-ban is working against him right now because Josephine is such a good unit against PERR's lineup and he doesn't have it up. PERR decides, hey, you know what? While Josephine is down, I'm going to go ahead and pick up as much debuffs and CC as possible. And he just commits to it with the Tiana coming in now to deal with the Velojewel. What is his last pick going to be?
All right, we'll find out exactly how PERR wants to run this comp here. Tiana and trying to figure out, oh no, he wants the Fran and the Verdier. He changes it up at the last second.
Yeah, so he was going for a very first turn reliant combo, but he's saying no, I'm going to go for the long con. Fran and Vertihal, both units that scale very well throughout the whole entire game. And now OHSSE brings the Shiho in there. So basically what I'm seeing is a Gany-centered comp. He has 2 strippers for Gany, Shiho and Yeonhung, as well as a speed leader. So OHSSE wants to reset 1 unit on the first turn and try to get as much off of that as possible.
All right, we're just waiting for the bans to come down. It will be Gany being banned out here for OHSSE, and Sierra being banned out for PERR. So no speed leader there for PERR.
Yeah, I mean, that ban, I feel like it could be right on the money because now OHSSE does not have much to follow up after the Yeonhung and Shiho strip. So he's going to be relying on raw damage output, whereas PERR, he needs to keep that friend alive somehow. OHSSE going for the stun, which I believe is the smart choice, lands only 1, and now OHSSE is going to keep dishing out damage onto PERR right now.
Yeah, exactly. We're just focusing down. Gets the armor break there from Vanessa, and now we've got the sleep coming down here onto the Monkey King. So he will be down for a turn there.
Yeah, PERR managed to get that armor break off of the Fran, which is really good because now OHSSE does not have any armor breaks. He's really thinking about whether he wants to boost the Shiho or not because Shiho has 0 attack bar. He chooses to save it as a heal. He's just going to keep whacking the Fran down, and he resets the Velojewel, but the Velojewel procs.
All right, so Velojewel coming in, getting the crit onto Fran, really trying to beat this Fran down. Here comes that AoE sleep, only catching 2 members of OHSSE's team there, and then Fran gives us the attack and immunity buff.
Yeah, so PERR knows that Yeonhung is one of the squishier units there. He's gonna go ahead and focus that unit down because once that unit is gone, OHSSE has no sustain left, meaning it's going to be a lot easier to kill his units 1 by 1. But man, that Fran is taking so much damage. She's got to get a big heal right there. It's going to give her really, really high amount of HP back though, so he's looking good.
Yeah, so far, still able to keep that Fran alive as he tries to whittle down the enemy's Yeonhung. Gets the sleep proc there from the Hathor as well. So returning fire is OHSSE here, but there's a crit from Verd onto OHSSE's Yeonhung.
Yeah, right now it's pretty ideal for PERR because he's gonna. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he could opt for the stun there, but he goes for the reset on Vanessa instead, choosing to keep the sleep on Shiho. I like his CC conservation style because when you do that, that can actually make such a big difference. Now the Vertihal comes in with a huge proc, almost taking out Yeonhung, but it's gonna move the O key in front of Yeonhung. That was such a big proc.
Yeah, and that AoE finishes him off, and now he gets the stuns, and here comes the sleep potential as well, and it lands on all 3 members of OHSSE's team, and that Fran still being alive means this is looking really desperate for OHSSE.
Yeah, I mean, OHSSE must be thinking what we're all thinking right now. Classic Vertihal, right? He always procs in those clutch moments, allowing a unit that shouldn't have moved to all of a sudden cut in front of you. OHSSE pretty much has no hope left at this point, I would say, because that Shiho is about to go down. He's choosing to do the damage with the Vertihal and Velojewel instead, but he gets a win here, and that's going to finish off round 1.
And there it is once again. That is game number 1 finished. It'll be PERR over OHSSE here, and that Fran tried desperately to be taken care of, but it just wasn't able to happen for OHSSE.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like PERR had a really, really good draft coming into it. I was criticizing players' draft a lot, but this one, man, PERR really nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are already ready for game number 2, guys, between these 2 players. It is all on the line here for OHSSE as we will get into it. Let's go. And okie dokie. Last round again, we banned Ragdoll and Josephine, so we get different things. It's Ganymede and Hathor.
Yep.
The iconic duo, not going to be seen this time.
Yeah, so that means that OHSSE is going to be able to pick up some light dark units such as Ragdoll here. We'll see how much that has an impact on PERR's draft. Now OHSSE, he gets the first pick. He could take away PERR's Fran, Vertihal, Sierra, any of those units from last game, but no, he chooses to take away Vanessa.
Yeah, that Vanessa, so strong. That speed buff immediately counters with the speed leader of his own. PERR here with that Sierra pick. What will be the second one that he's going to follow through with? Is somebody going to try steal Fran away? Fran has looked very powerful today. No, it'll be Oki again here. For sorry. PERR's juking us. There's Triana instead.
Yeah, all right, so we're going to be seeing that Triana here once again. Very early pick by PERR. Now, what is OHSSE gonna do to respond to this Triana? Is he going to preemptively pick some multi-hitting damage dealers, or is he gonna go ahead and pick up the light dark unit Yeonhung with the Okeanos?
All right, so there is Josephine, I assume, to try to counter that Okeanos there, and then we will find exactly what he wants. There's that light unicorn again.
Yep, that's the light unicorn we have seen earlier, and this time I feel like PERR picked it in a great spot. That Okeanos is definitely going to be countered heavily by this light unicorn pick, but OHSSE has a ragdoll there, so there's kind of a must ban on PERR's side, unless he brings in more of a maybe a damage dealer last to deal with the ragdoll and snipe it. But no, he goes with the Juno, showing that he's going to let the Fran through and perhaps ban ragdoll here.
Yeah, that tends to make sense. If you have efficient ways to deal with the Fran, we've seen that before. You can get her down early, not allow her sustain to really build up. She doesn't have the Ganymede combo as well this time, so that might be an effective way to deal with her. We'll see exactly what they want to ban here, and who is going to be banned on PERR's side? It will be Sierra. He does not like that speed leader. OHSSE will keep Vanessa, so we'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah, that was a really good ban by OHSSE, because now PERR does not have just straight up burst damage. PERR is really going to need to tick the clock and try to get that attack percent up, HP percent down, so that his units can crit for a lot. But OHSSE also now has to deal with this light unicorn here, so we'll see what happens. He goes for the reset onto Juno so that she cannot strip Fran's third skill. And now Yeonhung's going to be moving next. He chooses not to use any skills. Now Fran's going to put up the immunity.
Yep, the Fairy Blessing comes up here. It is now Eleanor's turn, the light unicorn, who has the name of one of my grandma's best friends. So I find that to be a little strange to me. It seems like I might have to make some jokes if she fails here.
Yeah, but right now, OHSSE coming in with the armor break onto the Triana, that is huge. But also the strip on Yeonhung, that is actually going to allow this Triana to survive the oncoming damage. Because had Yeonhung got the second skill off with attack buff, that Triana would have taken so much damage. So definitely that Josephine getting that Yeonhung down was huge.
Yeah, we get the Purifying Light and some immunity coming through here. So back up and running is everything for PERR, able to keep that Triana going. And now we're focusing in onto Eleanor, taking a little bit of damage here as we're changing up targets.
Yeah, the reason why he's focusing down the light unicorn is because these unicorns are much squishier in their human form. So he knows that that's going to be the easiest target to kill on PERR's side. He strips away everything and even gets a proc on Yeonhung. He could choose to save the heal, and he does so, goes for more damage instead.
All right, so now the follow-up here from Juno does land the stun, but that is not lasting very long there.
Yeah, and now Okeanos, he has all of his skills up. He could choose to stun or go for the reset. He chose to reset Juno there. That strip is not going to be up this whole game, it seems. However, Juno on a crit rate build going to get a lot of turns. She's going to be able to get that second skill back up for sure.
Yeah, and trying to get something going between this Yeonhung and this Fran, but between the two of them, there's so much sustain. The provoke does come out from Josephine onto that Fran, though.
Yeah, so what you're seeing here already is that PERR is having so much difficulty taking out OHSSE's units because he has no damage, whereas OHSSE has so much damage and so much sustain that I feel like PERR misdrafted here. At first, I really liked the light unicorn, but because he went with the Juno last pick, it made it so that it was so easy to abuse his lineup in pick ban by simply just banning Sierra.
Yeah, the light unicorn is almost down here. She is very, very weak. We are trying to focus down the Fran and the Yeonhung as well. The Fran is a little bit stunned here. Here's that healing music, though, to give a little bit of life to that unicorn, and she does survive that next attack from Vanessa.
Yeah, so right now, OHSSE, he goes for the third skill, although the enemy has full immunity. And the reason why he did that was because he wanted to gamble for actually killing the light unicorn there. Because of the multi-hit, it could have gone through the Triana, but it didn't kill, but doesn't matter because Fran has a multi-hit, Yeonhung has a multi-hit, a lot of things have a multi-hit. That unicorn goes down.
Yeah, and down goes Eleanor. That's an old lady's name. That's why she's going down first, and I'm sticking to it. Next up is... All right, we get the stun and the provoke onto Fran here. And so far, what can PERR do here? He gets the sleep as well from Triana.
Yeah, right now, PERR is landing a lot of CC, which is exactly what he needs. And the reason why he's focusing both Yeonhung and Fran down is because he doesn't want to pop that Vanessa passive into a huge heal from Fran. But man, OHSSE's units keep proccing and they just keep being so annoying that PERR definitely must be tilted right now, 100%.
Yeah, this is looking very, very difficult for him, trying to find some way to get through to prevent some massive heals, but there is nothing he can do. He's just going to cancel, and it'll be a 1-1 tie here as OHSSE takes game number 2. The Fran Yeonhung combo, really powerful there.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I was saying how Fran is like an AoE Yeonhung, but when you have an AoE Yeonhung in there with the actual Yeonhung, absolutely disgusting. Get that out of my face.
All right, we already get ready for game number 3, guys. Let's jump into it here. The deciding game between PERR and OHSSE. Last round we banned Gani and Hathor. We can't do that again. Will we just see the Ragdoll banned out once again? Yes, indeed. And it'll be Oki being banned here by OHSSE.
Yeah, so PERR definitely does not want to deal with the Ragdoll, and I definitely feel for him because I do actually have a somewhat similar team comp to PERR, and Ragdoll is extremely hard to deal with when you're running the type of AoE control comps. And now OHSSE gets his Hathor taken away. He also does not have the Okeanos up for grabs, so he's going with his very standard picks, Vanessa and Gani. Now, how is PERR going to react?
Yeah, I mean, you got to wonder if OHSSE is thinking about trying to pair Fran up with that Gani there. So as PERR, you're going to go with Sierra here with the speed leader. And what exactly are you thinking for your follow-up? Yoki's gone, so you can't pair those two up that we've seen a lot today. What will be his last pick here? It'll be Verd.
Yeah, Vertihau definitely a very good pickup for PERR because that unit is almost never a bad idea to take. And now OHSSE, he's got to be thinking about this potential Sierra Verd Hathor combo here. Already those three are so strong. He decides to go with his favorite pocket pick, Yeonhung, and now he doesn't have Ragdoll available this time, so he's got to think what he's going to do, and he goes Triana.
All right, Triana taking that away. We've seen that be a popular pick here for PERR today. What exactly is he thinking for his final 2 picks here? He's already got the speed leader, so we've got that taken care of. Both players have their speed leader in play. So what do we think here? The Fran, I was thinking this myself. I'm like, well, this character just seems so darn good today. Why not just take it?
Yeah, like I said, Fran Yeonhung, too much sustain. He does not want to deal with that again because he already had enough trauma from last round. And he decides to go with the Onturus, seeing that OHSSE doesn't have too much damage on his side, meaning that Onturus could actually carry. But this actually allows OHSSE to go with a heavy damage last pick, which makes me kind of question this Onturus pick a bit.
All right, so OHSSE, would that force, there's the Veligil here, is that going to force, if it is a heavy damage pick, let's say, and, you know, we can see what it is, but does that force you to ban that heavy damage pick if you're PERR?
No, I don't think Veligil is just going to be banned out straight for damage. If anything, he would be banned out for damage and immunity because that is what's going to be countering this Hathor and Sierra Bombs big time. So that was a very good ban by PERR.
All right, well done there by PERR, and we will see how this one will shape out. This is the deciding game of match number 4 here. The losers, we'll call it we call it semifinals, I guess, since our losers finals will be up next, and the winner of this will face BEAT.D.
Yeah, and now PERR gets a triple sleep off on OHSSE's team. Now OHSSE only has that Vanessa there to do something, but the opponent team has immunity up, and unfortunately Vanessa can't do much under those circumstances. So PERR right now just going to be stacking bombs on that Vanessa, and he needs to get as much work done in this time of opportunity that he has, because once those units wake up, it means trouble.
Right, exactly. So we're trying to really focus down this Vanessa. You can see the attack beat debuffs, the bombs, the continuous damage, everything being done here. The sleeps have worn off on the rest of OHSSE's team, but we've got a few more bars built up here. Fran going to attack the Yeonhung here, and now we're changing up targets a little bit.
Yeah, he went for the bomb on Triana there because there was no reason at all to bomb Vanessa because it would be negated by the Triana's passive. Now, very smart to stun Triana there so that it cannot cleanse Vanessa, but Yeonhung, being such a great unit that she is, going to be able to give Triana right away the turn, allowing that Vanessa to come back a little healthier.
All right, so Yeonhung showing her stuff once again. bringing Osei right back into this. A nice start here for PERR. Let's see if he can continue this up here as we've got the Ganny up and running here for Osei.
Yeah, so I questioned the ventilate on Yeonhung there. I would rather he ventilate the Triana because that passive is down right now, as well as the heal just being used. I don't think that was the best use of ventilate by Osei. However, he's gonna just proc the immunity back anyways, and Jesus, that crits for a lot.
Oh, that's a ton of damage being done there to Sierra. The armor break is on her as well, so she is taking a lot of damage here. The stun does come down on the Yeonhung. We are able to purify with Fran. And that one got canceled there, but a critical coming in from Vanessa.
Yeah, right now, Sierra's going to be able to get a proc, so she can bomb one target. Please don't bomb Yeonhung for the love of God. Thank you. Oh, she misses the bomb anyways, though. Best daughter. Anyways, Onturus right now actually going to come in with the clutch stealing turn. Unfortunately, was not able to finish off Vanessa. She's going to get that heal again, and this means that Triana's passive is up once again.
Okay, so very weak is Vanessa here. Fran gonna do her thing and give
that
buff.
proc.
Oh,
look
boy.
at that Sierra, man. This is why I hate Fran.
No.
She was 1 HP, and now look at her. Wow.
That is just crazy. Fran being so brutal, and down goes the second member. And in fact, Osei taps out. It'll be PERR taking game number 3 and match number 4. He is going to be facing BEAT.D in the losers finals to decide who the last member going to the regional cup for the Asia Pacific will be. Guys, it is break time. We're going to take another short break before our last match of the day. Stick with us. There's still one more coupon coming too. Welcome back, everyone. This is Summoner's War World Arena Championship 2019, the Asia Pacific region. We're facing off in our group stage with Korea, but we are on to our last match of the day, Peter. It is going to be BEAT.D versus PERR, and we already saw these two face off, and it was a pretty one-sided affair for BEAT.D.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably not gonna see a 2-0 again here because we saw PERR straight up lose against BEAT.D early on because of his draft. But as we saw versus OHSSE just now, PERR won the first match because of his exceptional draft, and he won the second or the third match as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. We can take a look at this right now. The highlights are coming through here. It was, I think PERR took the first match, OHSSE took the second, PERR took the third, as we did go into the final match here, and you can see this is game number 1.
Yeah, right now you can see that PERR just had such a good composition here with the Vertihal Fran, just keeping the whole team very relevant throughout the whole match. And then there's Oki and Hathor just basically enjoying the benefits of these two supports on the right side, being able to do whatever they want pretty much.
Yeah, and this is just brutal here. It is just not a lot going OHSSE's way. The Monkey King getting focused down there after we had the Ganny go down, so it was all PERR in that first game.
Yeah, so right now, OHSSE, he thought a lot about what he has to do in the second match to win. Well, this time he gets his ragdoll pick in, which pretty much forced a must ban out of PERR. And PERR made a draft misplay, picking that Juno, meaning he had not a lot of threat on his team. And basically, we're just seeing him get chunked down.
Yeah, the light unicorn getting focused in her human form there, because like you said earlier, Peter, she's real squishy when she ain't a horse. And she ends up going down pretty quickly here. But every time we've seen Fran, pretty much, she's won.
Yeah.
Fran is dominating today.
Yeah, Fran, she actually got nerfed not way too long ago, but even since then, she's been super dominant, and that's simply because her kit is so good, and it's on such a short cooltime that some procs, and she has everything up again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was our first 3-game match. Every other match had gone only 2-0, 2-0. So this was a kind of an exciting one for us, but this last game, it ended up being a big win again for PERR.
Yeah, and now here we are in the third match. We can actually see that Speed Leader Yeonhung, he got the first turn off of that, but he failed to strip the Hathor, which was so crucial, because had he gotten that, he would have been able to reset the Hathor on turn 1, and that would have changed the tide of this match completely.
Yeah, you need those strips onto Hathor. That CC and other things that she can bring to the table are so powerful. And from there, Antares, of course, being very powerful himself, providing a lot of utility to his team.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, Sierra didn't even do much that game. I mean, this game, because she wasn't landing much bombs, she was just first killing targets. It was mostly Fran and Hathor, just CCing down and constant sustain, making it so that OHSSE couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And then pretty quickly here, it was a GG from OHSSE. And next up, we have the last match again. This will be BEAT.D versus PERR. The winner of this moves on to the Regional Cup, and BEAT.D, he's got to be the favorite here. He 2-0'd PERR. He's the world champion from 2018. But let's take a look at the matchup between these two guys. And it looks like here that we don't have to worry about the ragdoll, of course, but they Yeonhung really being popular.
Yeah, Yeonhung, one of the top units in the game. Poor PERR once again has another light dark unit he has to worry about, but I do believe that Yeonhung is not as much of a must ban as Ragdoll, so he does have a breath of fresh air there. So we will see what he exactly decides to pre-ban. And BEAT.D, he shouldn't really have to worry about light unicorn on PERR's side.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see that. It hasn't really proven successful here for PERR today, so we'll find out. We're getting our match ready between these two players as we are looking forward to seeing exactly if PERR can turn it around, find a way to make it to the Asia Pacific Region Cup, or if it will be our favorite coming into today, BEAT.D. He did get taken down by LUCKYGOD earlier, and of course, guys, after match number 5, we will have your last coupon code available. So make sure you stick around for that, because you do not want to miss this last one. It's a very nice one, and we are looking forward to giving that to you guys. And I'm excited for this match. I'm really hoping for a 3-game set here. I think there's potential here for PERR to really turn it around and learn from his mistakes in match number 1.
Yeah, so PERR has been really up and down with his draft. Sometimes he's made really terrible decisions, but sometimes he made really good ones. So as long as he can really get his head into the game here and focus on his draft, as long as he wins there, he actually has definitely a shot at beating BEAT.D.
For sure. And I think the thing I'm worried about with BEAT.D was some of those weird picks we saw against LUCKYGOD. What do you think BEAT.D should do here to, kind of recover from maybe he tried some things, and I appreciate that as somebody who's a fan of, Summoner's War. I want to see people try different stuff that's maybe a little outside the meta, but what should he do here?
Most definitely stick to his strengths. Use the units that he has the most success with usually. I don't think that he has the most amount of success with the Fire PERR because that's a very RNG unit. Because if her skill activation does not land, then she's not that good. So maybe we'll see him go to his more comfort picks. Maybe he still thinks that Fire PERR is going to be able to give him a big, huge AoE strip and stun. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch, and it was fun to watch. And it made it, kind of interesting from a perspective of, wow, you don't see this every day. But guess what? We are going to find out because match number 5 is ready, guys. We are going to jump into this game number 1 between BEAT.D and PERR. Final match of the day. I'm really excited about this one. Pre-bans, are we going to see, yes, indeed, Yeonhong and Shiho?
Yeah, so it seems that PERR, once again, poor PERR, man, constantly getting bullied by these light dark Nat 5s. He doesn't want anything to do with them. He bans it out, and BEAT.D actually saying he does not want to deal with the Shiho, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Shiho is one of PERR's favorite monsters to pick here. Hathor immediately picked by BEAT.D, and we are countering with Gani and Vanessa from PERR.
Yeah, very standard pick so far. Usually when the other person goes Hathor or some pick, the other person has been going Vanessa Gani. We can really see what, the Korean meta is. And now BEAT.D comes in with the Okeanos Hathor that we've seen so many times. And PERR just going for the default Josephine to counter all that CC.
Yep, of course. And we saw this in match number 1, a very similar setup where we saw the Josephine pick. Didn't quite pan out for PERR in that first match. So really thinking over this last one, it will be Fran this time. I like this pick from PERR.
Yeah, Fran is a great unit to counter many things, and he even could go with the last pick, Ontaris, because his team really needs a big threat. And BEAT.D right now, he brings in another threat. I see BEAT.D likes to do this a lot. For his last picks, he will never go into just full support. He will always put in at least another big threat in there, and PERR all of a sudden pulling out his big gun saying, hey, I have a threat too. Don't look down on me, okay?
He thought about it.
Don't make me do it.
He thought about it. Now he's thinking it over. If maybe there's something else that he wants to go for here. He does this a lot, PERR, really taking his time. He's really thinking this through, and as he well should, he's going to go for Diana here.
Yeah.
Now he's switching away from the light unicorn. Now we're going back to our wind one.
Yeah, I really like that pick there because there's no Ontaris on BEAT.D's side, so this unicorn, under the right circumstances, could get a lot of damage off, and he really needed a big threat in his lineup, definitely not the Dark Fairy King.
Yeah, Nyx.
Yeah, so definitely nicely done by PERR here. BEAT.D's gonna have to think a bit about what he exactly wants to ban, and he bans the Hyper Threat.
Yeah, down goes Hathor and Diana. We will not see the Pew Pew here. So we will get into this. It will be the Vanessa and the Sierra getting us our speed leaders. So both players able to keep those at least.
Yeah, so PERR has the speed leader advantage here. We'll see if Gani gets the first turn or not. If the Gani does get first turn, I don't think he's going to have his Josephine speed tune to move in front of it. And here we see that the Okeanos is going to get the first turn. And as I said, Josephine and Gani are not tuned because that's really hard to do.
All right, so we start off with a little bit of Okeanos damage and a follow-up with Gani. And here comes that Fairy Blessing right out the gate. Of course, giving those big attack buffs here and the immunity. And Fran gets a follow-up attack.
Yeah, right now, BEAT.D, he needs to take away PERR's immunity so that Sierra can land a bomb and do really nice damage. He's really thinking about who he wants to go for first. Of course, it is going to be the Vanessa, and he gets 0 strip.
Yeah, no strip there, so bit of a bad situation here to start out for BEAT.D. Not exactly the way he wanted things to go, and now we're just focusing down the Josephine just a little bit. And will we get the stun? No, we do not.
Yeah, that is really, really unfortunate for BEAT.D. He might actually straight up lose the game off that because his team is kind of focused on killing one unit at a time while Okeano stuns everything else. But we have Ganymede and Fran on pair side, meaning there will be infinite immunity and everything, which really shuts down BEAT.D's comp.
Right, you can keep those immunities up so those stuns cannot come through, those desperately needed stuns from Okeanos. And there you go. We will get the Fran back going here, and she goes right into that Fairy Blessing. And like you were saying, this is looking really difficult here for BEAT.D.
Yeah, she's just gonna proc, and she has the cleanse up for Josephine, but he chooses not to cleanse a bomb. He's just gonna go ahead and land some damage onto that Water Barb King with the Josephine proc, almost taking out the Barb. Revenge was not quite enough, but that was actually ideal for PERR because now he's gonna be able to get that Vanessa armor break right on the Sierra from that.
An Ager goes down for BEAT.D. BEAT.D looking to try to turn this around somehow, some way. Yes, Josephine is weak, but it doesn't seem to matter with how much sustain that PERR can bring to the table.
Yeah, right now, BEAT.D, he's not going to lose the Sierra just yet because it is moving in front of the Josephine and Vanessa, which are PERR's biggest damage dealers. But BEAT.D definitely right now needs to find a window of opportunity where the opponent does not have immunity, and that seems like it's going to happen real soon. So he's going for the bomb, he lands it, he should be, actually I'm not sure. He could detonate, he could not, and he chooses not to detonate.
Okay, so just being a little patient with it. That time the stun does proc from Josephine here. Now we are over to Oki, who is trying to decide exactly what he wants to do. Just landing that hit onto the Ganny there, and there is a stun coming through onto Sierra now.
Yeah, and then that Ganny, man, just gonna proc into the ventilate. Now Fran could put up the attack buff and immunity again so that the Okeanos cannot do third skill. That's exactly what he decides to do, and the situation is only getting worse and worse for BEAT.D right now. Even if that Josephine were to die, she'll come right back, and once the Sierra's gone, it's gonna be really tough for BEAT.D.
Yeah, that Vanessa passive is so important there, so crucial. Purify coming through, all that work seems all for naught here. That Josephine back up to about 3/4 health. But BEAT.D still thinks he has a shot here, looking for some procs and some help.
Yeah, I mean, BEAT.D, he's realistically never going to be able to dish out enough damage to kill anything here. As you can see, the Okeanos is going down pretty quickly. BEAT.D, he's pretty much just stalling the time right now, trying to figure out what he wants to do in the next game. And PERR is actually going to take the first victory.
And that is a huge win here for PERR, taking game number 1 of our final match of the day. This is a upset so far. I mean, PERR lost to him 2-0, but that might have been a way for PERR to learn from this. Round 2 is already ready, guys. We're going to get into the second game between these two players. We are excited about this. It's going to be BEAT.D versus PERR once again. So like we've been saying, you can not ban the pre-ban the same thing 2 rounds in a row. And this time, no time wasted between these two, Hathor and Veladril.
Yeah, PERR, he knows that BEAT.D likes to go with that pocket pick Veladril a lot, and that is a unit that definitely can shut out his comps when he decides to go for the Sierra, Oki, and Hathor and whatnot. So I like that pre-ban coming out of him. BEAT.D now, he has the Yeonhung up. So is he going to pick it, and how is he going to draft this team around the Yeonhung?
Not yet. He's going to hold on to it. Fran is picked here for PERR, so he's going to get that Ganny. We like to see that paired up with that Fran and the Sierra as well. Try to counter the fire units here from BEAT.D.
Yeah, PERR has great synergy between the 3 units that he picked so far, but BEAT.D, of course, going to grab his Yeonhung there. And now, how is he going to shut down this trio that he sees? Usually when people see Fran, Ganymede, and something like a Sierra that just really polishes the comp nicely, they immediately start thinking, okay, how can I counter this type of comp?
Yeah, we got the Diana Pew Pew being locked in here. It'll be Oki and our Water Monkey King Shiho picked for PERR. So one last thing for BEAT.D to look for here. Gotta find a way to counter that Fran Ganny.
Yeah, so it's very interesting that PERR picked a Water Monkey into Diana because Diana is one of the greatest counters to Shiho in this game. So that shows that maybe he actually already knows that he's gonna ban Diana. And BEAT.D brings out Wusa for the immunity. He says, if you take away my Velo Jewel, hey, guess what? I still have another immunity, so I'm gonna put that Wusa in there, and that's a good pick because it shuts out the Sierra and Ganymede.
All right, so BEAT.D, the Wusa will be forced to be banned here by PERR. PERR is going to ban Sierra, doesn't like having that speed leader available, wants to try to keep the tempo in his favor here as we jump into the second game. This could be the deciding game if PERR could take this over BEAT.D, or will we go to a game number 3?
Man, I don't know about PERR's lineup here, to be honest, because his lineup is reliant on literally landing every single thing on each unit, whereas BEAT.D's comp is so consistent with that Vertihal there, and Diana always having a chance to basically proc infinitely and take out a bunch of units. So, PERR right now, he really needs to land every single thing and get resist on that Fran.
Big resist there on Fran. He really needed that. Keeping her alive is so important. Now it is Vaird's turn, getting a decent amount of damage, though, some criticals onto that Fran.
Yeah, definitely. If he landed that armor break on Fran right there, Diana probably would have shapeshifted and just gone for the kill on Fran, but unfortunately he knows that he cannot get the kill on Fran anymore, so he decides not to risk transforming, because had he done that, he would get cut by Okeanos and get stunned up.
And the AoE stun does come through here, but the shield is there to kind of help mitigate the damage that will be taken. A decent amount done to Yunhong there. The monkey gets his attack in as well. There's the seal magic coming through from Gani.
Yeah, because he has double reset on the side of PERR. He already took out the two biggest threat passives and skills, so to say. This monkey proccing every time, stunning every time. So I said that PERR literally needs everything to land, and he's pretty much getting that right now with the bonus of resistance.
Yeah, these stuns coming through here. Here comes the fairy power. He gets the immunity and the attack buff here. And some big stuns coming through once again here for PERR.
Yeah, and he procced again. That's the third time that he procced on that Shiho. But finally, Diana gonna be able to do her thing right now. Her job is to shut out the Shiho, but she's gonna actually go for the Fran first, which I agree with completely. That was a very good decision by BEAT.D. However, the Unicorn is gonna get stunned again.
All right, and we've got one unit down here. It'll be Yunhong going down for BEAT.D. So he is in a bit of trouble now as he is down 3 to 4. And now we are changing targets onto Diana, trying to focus her down, stunning the other side as well. Vaird getting stunned up.
Yeah, something really important to note there is that because PERR resetted the Diana could not transform there, meaning she lost another chance yet again to proc infinitely and kill something. So that was a very smart reset by PERR. BEAT.D knows that he's in dire straits, so he does not care about the glancing. He knows that he needs to go for the RNG procs. He gets the additional turn. That's really good for him. However, Ventilate means that Unicorn's going to be stunned yet again.
Yeah, and here we go. More stuns coming through. The monkeys dealing some serious damage, gaining that additional turn and using the Fairy Blessing, and that will be it. BEAT.D taps out, and in a complete shocker, PERR reverses it, taking down BEAT.D 2-0 to advance to the Regional Cup. Insanity here, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, BEAT.D definitely has a lot of titles under his belt. Very well-known player for being very, very strong. But unfortunately, he does end up getting 2-0'd by the underdog from Korea, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, getting so many of those stuns, especially from the Monkey King and others, huge game there for PERR. Congratulations to him, guys. We've got that coupon code coming up very soon, so make sure you stick with us. In fact, it's already here. It's right down here. 20 SWC19 Kamsa. It means thank you in Korean. And thank you so much for watching. And this has been a really nice day, a really great day. That last one, though, went by quick.
Yeah, I mean, most of these matches here ended up being 2-0. And that's pretty crazy to me, man. I didn't expect that.
No, I didn't either, especially that last match. I thought for sure BEAT.D would turn it around there in that second game. But in the end, it is PERR taking it. And pretty soon here, we're going to look at the highlights from that game, see exactly how PERR was able to win that 2-0 against BEAT.D. I'm just shocked. I mean, I went into that thinking, all right, well, BEAT.D's he's looking pretty good. Maybe PERR's got a game, but PERR really thought that one out really, really well.
Yeah, and not only did he think it out really well, he did exactly what I said his team comp needs to win. In the very beginning, I predicted that BEAT.D's comp will be a bit more consistent with the RNG he has going on, but PERR ended up, having even more RNG than a RNG comp that BEAT.D put up, and he ended up proccing every turn on Shiho, stunning every turn, and that was just massive for him.
Yeah, sometimes if you just stack enough RNG, it just works out in your favor. The odds just end up playing out. It's like going to a casino and you're playing craps, right? Well, sometimes you got to bet on the lower odd things to try to really gamble and win big, and that's what PERR did here. He ends up winning very big, and like we said, he moves on to the Regional Cup, as does LUCKYGOD. So, congratulations to our two players who come through the Korea group stage today. This was the first group of 4. We've got 3 more groups to go, Peter. I'm pretty excited about that. We got Japan, we got Southeast Asia, and then we've got Hong Kong, Taiwan up after that. So a ton of SWC action coming up for you guys. Really fun day today. So far, things have been great. Can't wait for next week. And, Fran just looks super powerful today overall. I just want to, go back to that. I know I've been saying it, but wow, she's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Fran is a unit. There are so many units in the game right now, actually, where if you pick it first, or, just whenever you pick it, it's almost always going to be a great unit. And Fran is definitely at the very top of those units. She is a unit with so much crazy utility that I know some people are going to be salty that I said this, but I actually kind of want to see her second skill get nerfed to a 3-turn cooldown, because currently right now, that heal can heal a unit almost to full HP, cleanses every single thing, and it's up every other turn. That's crazy to me.
Right, and you pair it with a reset or something like that, and all of a sudden she's doing it all the time, and there's just not a lot your opponent can do without a ton of strip available. So once again, guys, look down here. This is our code. You can use this, and look at this. You get a Mystic Scroll. That is really nice. This one's nice, guys. All right, the highlights are ready for that last match. Let's take a look at exactly how that match shaped out between BEAT.D and PERR. And here we go. This was a 2-0, which I think shocked us in this first one here. This Fran Ganny combo, man, it's just so good.
Yeah, as you can see here, PERR, he had immunity every single turn, although technically Veligil has a longer immunity, and he realized that this Ager was the very unit that he needed to take out, so he kept focusing it down, and oh boy, after that, BEAT.D had a really hard time, trying to come back, and once again, this match here was quite decided on round 1 by Ager not being able to strip Vanessa. That was really, really bad for BEAT.D.
Yeah, and you just couldn't get, like you said early on, that strip, and then it just went from bad to worse for BEAT.D. He loses that first game. Going into the second game, needed a little luck from the RNG gods here. LUCKYGOD was already through, so maybe he was the one blessing PERR down. And he does end up coming through despite, trying to focus down that Fran early. I think BEAT.D realizing what a threat it is, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, the second that resistance came up, I bet you $5 right now that he was super tilted because his game plan since turn 1 was, okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill this Fran right off the bat, but he couldn't do it. And you see this monkey, it's literally a Shihu highlight. He is moving every turn, jumping up and down, stunning left and right, and Ganymede to constantly just give that Oki what he needs to keep this Diana locked down.
Right, and then we can ventilate the Oki, keep those stuns up, and just continue to brutalize BEAT.D here. Fran, of course, with the huge fairy blessings, and that will do it for our tournament today, at least for the group stage, not for the whole tournament, just the group stage today. And the bracket, we're going to take a look at it, show you guys exactly how things played out today. That's coming up here very shortly, and you can see exactly how everything went down. A lot of 2-0s today, so we only had 1 2-1. So it was a pretty quick day overall, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I came into this thinking that, okay, today we're going to have a lot of matches, so I better get my A game on, but things actually ended up a lot sooner than we both expected.
Yeah, you can see BEAT.D and LUCKYGOD, I think, coming through there. We kind of expected that. They were kind of favorites going into this. Then LUCKYGOD 2-0s BEAT.D to send him down to the losers. PERR winning a big 2-1 against OHSSE, giving himself a chance, and he goes into that last chance match, destroys BEAT.D 2-0, And now he's going on to the Regional Cup along with LUCKYGOD. So that was a huge, huge day here for PERR. I'm really impressed with how he was able to come back.
Yeah, huge props to both players and every single player in this tournament. But PERR and LUCKYGOD, it seems they had the upper hand, and they're going to move on, so big congrats to both players.
Yeah, really, really big congrats to them. They played very, very well today. Very smart play. Great picks and bans. It was a lot of fun today, guys. That is going to do it for today. This was Korea's Group A. Up next week, stay tuned. We are going to be back with Group B here at the SWC 2019 Asia Pacific region. That'll be the Japan group. You guys don't want to miss it. Tune in next week. Same time, same place. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.